Shall.
Welcome, everybody, to Back in My Day. My name is David Petrangelo, and this week, the not-so-stereotypical millennials are looking back just a little bit to 2025. We gave ourselves a little extra time to catch up on some TV and movies to watch and compile a top 5 list, our personal top 5 list, and we'll see if we can crown one collectively later in the show. But this week, I am lucky enough to be joined by...
Michael R. Power.
Ian Walter.
Mina Power.
Hello, everybody. We are sitting in the first couple weeks of 2026, but you know what? There's too many good movies and TV shows to let 2025 go just yet. So let's put a list together. We've each done a top 5 personal favorites of our TV shows and films that we watched in 2025. We definitely did not watch everything, that's for sure. And we'll have a couple small little picks, categories, honorable mentions, things like that as we go along. But we have a lot to talk about. So I just sort of want to, jump right into it, and then we'll kind of be discussing kind of how the year went and this and that as we go, I think. So let's start with TV shows, and we'll go with number 5. I think the one thing that we can do to sort of make sure that we're not talking about the same 5 things over and over again is if you have a show at the same number or one slot away, just talk about it at the same time. Just chime in and say, oh, hey, that's my number 3, or oh, hey, that's also my number 4, or something like that. Because then I think we don't have to, go through the same chats over and over again. It's speed things up. People got things to do, places to go, and I don't want to keep people waiting. So okay, let's begin with TV shows. Mr. Ian Walter, you said that you had some slim pickings, but I'm also very interested in what your list is. So let's start with number 5 for your favorite TV shows from last year.
All right. 5. Well, I wasn't sure if I should just lead off with an honorable mention or by revealing my list, you'll know what didn't make the cut. But number 5, the fact that it made the cut might be interesting, thinking about some other things that didn't. But my number 5 is Alien Earth. It actually made my top 5. So yeah, right. So probably the only one. Yeah, I mean, probably the only one that's going to mention this, to be honest. But we did sort of cover it. We were talking about it earlier this year, and for all of its shortcomings, and I do think that they're playing the long game in some respects because it feels like it's getting another season, and they didn't go all out in the first season. I still think it kind of fit in with the Alien vibe that I like from the original, and kind of even though I'm not sure where it's going and how it fits into the overall narrative, it still kind of gave me those good feels. So Alien Earth is my number 5.
I joke about Mike because I know at least you, I'm not sure about Mina, but you started it but didn't finish it. I went all the way through but was tempted to let it go after a bit. But,
yeah, we did.
I didn't absolutely hate it, but I definitely enjoyed the first half better than the second half. So okay. Let's go to you guys. Whichever one of you want to go first. I think you have a spicier number 5. How about that?
I go first. So I think first off, opposite problem of Ian, I had a really hard time making my list. I think by my number 5, it's going to show that this number 5 could be number 1 any of the previous years. I think this is probably one of the best years for television ever. Looking at my list, ever. This was so hard. There were so many good shows that came out this year.
Shows, by the way, that would have started in 2025. They don't necessarily have to wrap in 2025, but the majority pretty much.
Majority of it came out.
We've been through this a few times where some shows start in late November and they just take a while to finish their 10 or 12 episodes or whatever it is, depending on the show. So that's kind of
if it finished by now.
Yeah, what was it? Was it Station 11? Is that what it was?
Station 11. Yeah,
that was one of the shows where I was like, oh, I'll do it next year, and then I forgot, and then that should have been my number 1 or 2 the year that came out, because there were still 2 episodes left or something, but it was an incredible show. So
yeah, that was good. I remember that year.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I think my number 5 is gonna be revealing that of how good of a year this was. My number 5 is Andor season 2.
Oh snap!
That's my number 5, and that's probably the very best Disney Plus show ever, the very best piece of Star Wars content, like since the original trilogy, probably.
Yeah.
And that to be
Especially
number
if you
5 on
count
my
both
list.
seasons together. Like
Oh
if
yeah,
that's something
yeah,
you did, there's no question. Yeah.
yeah. No, I just did season 2 because that came out in 2025. So I think we talked about it a lot on the show.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk about it too much here. You can go back and listen to our thoughts on Andor season 2, but just a spectacular season of television.
Nice.
So Andor season 2 is my 5.
Yeah. Ian walked away, but clearly myself and Ian have no arguments.
I think it's gonna come up. Yeah, I think
it's gonna come up. Yeah, of course. All right, Mina, what do we got?
All right. So my number 5. So similar vibes to like it was really hard to put together my TV list for it. Like some of the shows I had to leave off. Some of the shows I had to leave off could be number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it was that good of a year.
It was.
We
Yeah.
enjoyed our year of television.
So going with that, my number 5 is Severance season 2.
Nice.
We waited so long for season 2. It still is intriguing. It was really well done. Looking forward to where it's going next, but
Okay, that's my number 4.
Okay.
Davey said jump
Okay,
in.
there you go.
That's number 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, again, one of the best, like, I had it higher than Andor, but so Severance was one of the best pieces of sci-fi television, like, up there. Even 2 seasons in, safe to say, like,
Right.
ever. One of the best sci-fi television concepts to explore and ever, and they did such a good job. It's such a trip that
Yeah,
season,
you guys
and they
have
explore.
have them right beside each other. Did you guys
Yeah.
like the ending? The sort of last 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you know, how it sort of ended?
Of Severance?
Yeah. Was
Oh
that
yeah.
something? Yeah.
Yeah, I know we were going to talk about it. We wanted to record an episode on it. I loved the ending. I thought, but the show was so satisfying. Every episode gave you all these crazy new ideas. Like they packed a lot into the season.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I was satisfied by the end, and I don't mind the cliffhanger ending. That's like kind of how the show ends.
It's
All of
interesting.
its seasons
It's an
now,
interesting
so-
ending, I find. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they the one thing too is like I think it was like the first couple episodes where like we had no idea where the story was gonna go,
Yeah.
and then
It went places this season for sure. Yeah.
yeah, so I think that that's like one of the good things too is like you can't really hard to some of the shows it's like you figure them out, and I feel like Severance is one of those shows where they just give you enough that you understand what's going on, but it's like you still kind of get surprised by what happens in the show. So yeah, Severance season 2 was my number 5.
Nice. So yeah, Ian, we've already have an Andor mention at Mike's number 5. So he's shaking his.
Yeah, that's real rough, man. I don't know what to tell you. But I should jump in because Severance season 2 is my number 4. So I'll just say that you know what, like where I don't think it kind of hit the heights that I was like riding on season 1. I really enjoyed season 1. I think I still enjoyed the show overall enough to keep it in my top 5, and definitely kept me. I was a little late to start season 2, but once I got going, I was like locked in. So yeah, it was still great. Just kind of they never fully captured the magic of season 1 in my mind, but they still ended on like a pretty high note, I think. So
I feel like with shows like that, sometimes it's the surprise of the first season that's like, whoa, this really. And then not that you know what to expect, but the vibe of it, what the show kind of is trying to do. Like, there's things about it where it's like, well, it's not quite a surprise anymore of what the show is. You know, like there's aspects of it that you now expect. And I've gotten that with a few shows or sequels with movies. Like sometimes that happens. Like that makes sense.
it reminds me of one of my honorable mentions actually is Paradise, because basically like yeah, like by the end of the first episode, you're locked in because it kind of turns it on its head what you thought the show was. And I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but it's just like once you get to the end of the first episode, then that's where you're like, okay, this is something new and different. And then that's what locks you in for the rest of the season.
4 episodes in or something. She
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I heard the show's good." I'm like, "I don't even know what this is." I'm liking it. I don't think it would be quite as high unless it ends in a certain way that I'm like, oh, this is for sure. I think we still have like 3 or 4 episodes left, so still got quite a bit to go. But
It feels a little network television-y in a way, but it's got great
points.
actors in it, and
at
it's
points it is that, and I'm like, like I've called
pretty
quite a few
captivating.
things where I'm like, oh, it's this with the daughter, or oh, it's this with the, with things like that, like, and that's fine, it's okay. But that does feel like a networky TV thing, and that's those shows are just not my vibe in general. But it is a creative show, and that's always nice to see and always cool, right? So,
and I'll watch anything with Sterling K. Brown. So
yeah, exactly. Okay, my number 5 is something that I think I either mentioned last year. I think it was last year, or maybe it was the year before. This is a show that people just do not talk enough about. I find, although it does win awards, if award shows mean anything to you, this is still one of the best comedies out there, I think, and it's been going. I think maybe 5 out of the last 7 years they've had a new season, and that's Hacks. Hacks is incredible. It is so fun and funny. I honestly thought that the previous season, not this one that just ended, but the previous season was the series finale. And I actually would have been fine with it because in a way it ended kind of like Severance season 2 ended. And I was like, oh, it's a cliffhanger, but it's a funny one and it's cool. And then they actually do something with it in the season that just passed. And it's great. It's a fantastic show. I think there's one more season left. I think they've confirmed that now, maybe 2, but it's a great, super funny show about a young comedian and an old comedian sort of making it through Hollywood. The older one was, had this like big stint in Vegas for decades, and now she wants her own talk show, and that's been her life dream forever, and she gets it, and then hilarity ensues as things go with TV shows. So Hacks is an awesome show. We've absolutely loved every single episode that we've watched of every single season. It is always good from the word go. So yeah, that's my number 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Missed the boat on that one. I just never watched it, but only heard good things. So
yeah,
good
I think
call.
I keep talking about it maybe.
Yeah, probably. But it's like you said, awards and everything, and Jean Smart's great. So
Jean Smart's amazing in it. She's
okay.
So dark and funny. It's funny. Okay.
Yeah,
so we got.
I did my 4. Ian did his 4. We're all Severance. So then we're on back to Mina for number 4.
My number 4. Let me refer to my. So my number 4 was a new show last year, first season. It gripped us from the beginning. The show is just so well done, and that was The Pit. We know season 2 just started. Excited to start watching that. Yeah, I think it was just so well done as a hospital show. They really went there with some of the storylines.
That's actually my number 3. So I'll jump in.
I keep stealing my.
Stealing our thunder, but that's okay.
Mike.
Hit was a great show. I don't think I've ever liked a hospital show until now. And I think it's like the 24. I love 24.
Mm-hmm.
The 24 hour by hour. It's like it's realistic in the way that they work, but it's like a little bit unrealistic, I guess, and like that amount of things wouldn't happen in a shift. But like everything they treat is done realistically, and they don't shy away from the blood and the gore and the sadness, and
it seems like
teaches
they treat
you
the
things
people realistically, like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what made the difference. For
and then it's like see healthcare workers like propped up in this way after the pandemic and everything. I think was just needed. So I thought it was like the perfect storm for that show to come around and just hit, and then be like an elevated version of a network show. Like a network, you always think like cheesy hospital shows or cheesy network shows like Grey's Anatomy, or
which is why they're not.
They always focus on like the romance.
Yeah, so they just like took that concept and upped it and made it into a prestige show, and that actually worked so well. Such a simple idea, but it worked so well. I know ER. People say ER. I never watched ER. I think ER is the predecessor to this show, and I've heard great things with ER that's very similar. So maybe this is just the second coming of ER for a new generation or something like that. But
yeah, I think
it is really good.
Is less like visceral sort of thing. It is a little bit more about. It is a network show, but it also is not quite the way you were describing it. So it's sort of like a middle ground kind of thing, and it went for like 10 years or so. Like it's a long show.
Yeah, it was a bit
right?
soap opera-y.
Yeah, but it's also very 90s because it was the 90s, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Right? So,
that's my number.
It's a great
4.
show. If anyone hasn't seen it,
Okay.
Great show.
My number 3 or my number 4 has not been mentioned, but my 3 has. I will do both of them right back to back because it just makes more sense. So my number 3 is The Pit as well. All the things you guys said. Great show. Fantastic show. Really excited to start the second season. I agree with everything you guys said. Very well done. I don't think the timing part of it works for me at all, but I don't really give a shit. Like it's just insanely unrealistic, all the things that happen and such a coincidence in such a short period of time. I don't work in a hospital. I don't work in an ER, so I don't know what it's actually like, but way too many like poignant situation. Whatever. It's a TV show. It's fine. But they treat it the way it should be treated, it feels like, so it doesn't bother me. And the timing thing, I think, is just an excuse to whatever, put certain strains on characters and moments and stuff, and that's totally fine. But the rest of the show is incredible. It's a great show. And then my number 4 has not been mentioned yet, and I have a distinct feeling it will be soon. My number 4 is Pluribus, the first season of Pluribus, which just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. So great show. Gilligan is making another wild character-driven show. There's parts of it that are very up and down for me, but it's hard to ignore that I just had a great time watching it and watching Rhea Seehorn just eat the shit out of a script. Like, it's just so good. She's awesome. So, yeah, it's a bit weird at times, and they definitely left a lot of things just hanging, which is why maybe it wasn't a little bit higher at like number 3 or number 2 or whatever. I don't love the way they handled everything in the first season, but it's still a great show, and I can't wait to watch more. So Pluribus is my 4, and The Pit is my number 3. So
check out both of those shows for sure.
Oh, yeah. Dude, yes, come on. At least one of those I feel like you'll really like. Yeah. And then it's your turn, Mr. Ian, for 3.
Well, if we're getting into top 3, we're getting into familiar territory for Ian Walter, and that is start to talk about some comic book properties. How about that? One of them that definitely missed my top 5, so as an honorable mention, is Peacemaker season 2. But I did think we got some strong comic book shows and movies this in 2025. So even though Peacemaker didn't quite make the cut, I'll tell you, Ironheart did. We were covering that show from week to week.
Oh, wow.
And I was like on the edge of my seat. I wanted to know what was coming next. We were theorizing the heck out of it, irresponsible speculation and all that. I was definitely in the bag for Ironheart, and I think it lived up to the hype. Do you want me to go ahead with my
on it? And I wasn't really able to join for multiple reasons, but also just I wasn't that into caring about it. And I think I watched the first episode and you guys were like 3 in or something. I'm like, record. And then I didn't really say anything at the time, but like, because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch up with these guys and properly talk about it. But like, I skimmed through a few of the last 2 episodes, maybe 3 or something, and I like skipped one just because whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't sit down and watch this.
Listen, I had fun talking about it. I had a lot of fun talking
honestly,
about it. I enjoyed the ride.
I would have
nowhere near my top. It's nowhere near my top 10 though.
I would have broken both your hearts. I think if I actually sat and watched that show, I would have.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
It's just
Ian.
No,
I
enjoyed it because even though it's tough with some of these 6-episode ones where it's like, it feels almost like a mini movie, but when they land the plane, like I really enjoyed where they went with the finale. So when they actually
I did watch the finale.
Kind of land in a good spot. That's what makes the difference for me between like something like Alien Earth and this, where it's like Alien Earth, I was enjoying the ride, but like was kind of let down by the finale, whereas this one finished strong. So Ironheart gets the nod. Do you want me to go ahead with my 2 as well?
Interesting last 10 minutes, that's for sure.
Yeah. You want me to go ahead with my number 2 as well?
What do you guys at?
3, right?
You guys
I've given my 3, which is The Pit. Given your 3, Dave, which is The Pit.
I have my 3
and
still.
Mina has to give her 3.
Nice.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. My number 3, I'd be surprised if it's on anyone else's list. This was just a random show that I picked up. I had a feeling that Mike wouldn't be interested in it. and it was Dying for Sex. So this was a FX limited series with Michelle Williams and Jenny Slate. It was amazing. Like, I will preface this was a very heavy show. I don't think it gives away too much, but the idea of the show, they do some weird sex things with it, but the whole idea of the show is it's a woman diagnosed with terminal cancer, and she's going through the stages of acceptance of the fact that she's going to die. And it's her and her best friend going through this. So very, very heavy. But it was funny. You cried happy tears. You cried sad tears. The acting was phenomenal. Michelle Williams and Jenny Slate. Even, what's his name? Sorry. Rob Delaney, who's Peter Poole.
Yes.
So he's a fairly significant character in the show. But if you go onto because at one point I think Mike asked me I was trying to explain to his character, and I just kept referring to him as the neighbor. And then eventually I went on Internet Movie Database, and he is just the neighbor. They never name him. They never give him.
Oh, okay.
They never give him a name. I could talk this. When I watched it, I was kind of like, this might just be my top show of the year. It was just so well done,
Nice.
So powerful. Again, it's really heavy. It's definitely not. It has its fun parts, but it's not a fun watch. But it's very, very well done. And I really enjoyed it.
I've started watching this as well, and I watched the first episode and a half. I think maybe it was 2 episodes, or maybe it was 2 and 3. I don't remember which ones. I actually don't know if she finished it, but it was good. It was good,
Mm-hmm.
and those 2 actresses are just amazing.
Yeah.
I'll watch them no problem in pretty much anything. So that makes a huge difference for me too. But that's awesome. I totally forgot that was this year. That was good.
I'm surprised that it's not up for more awards. I don't know if it's just the FX, the network doesn't put a lot of their properties forward at award shows, but
it's Fox, so I don't know what their thing is. But
I was really surprised to not see at least Michelle Williams nominated for best
lead actress or something like that.
Yeah. But it was really well done.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so we'll go back to Ian because I think we're going to number 2 now, and I think we've all done our 5 to 3.
Right.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, the reason why I was so eager to jump into my number 2 is because it's another comic book property. Another one we covered week to week up back in my day, or we tried to do it week to week as best as we could. And that is the return of Daredevil Born Again.
Yes. Yes.
Daredevil Born Again. It's considerably better, the jump from 3 to 2, in my opinion. I did enjoy it more than I did Ironheart. Ironheart felt fresh, but this was a return to something that I love, and that is Charlie Cox playing Daredevil, and spoiler alert, John Bernthal playing Punisher, and Vincent D'Onofrio returning as Kingpin. These are some great characters from the Netflix days of Marvel Television, and now kind of being adopted into the MCU, and we'll see how deep those connections run. But at least for now, it's a fun return to sort of the Daredevil universe, and I'm looking forward to season 2.
Nice.
Good choice, Ian. Good choice.
Nice.
Okay, my number 2. This is where it might get a bit controversial with you guys here.
Oh, Jesus.
Michael. My number 2 is a
Michael.
TV show.
Don't do it. I have a feeling I know where you're going. Don't do it.
An epic piece of art and work.
Oh, no.
10 years in the making that ended this year. A cultural phenomenon. It made stars. It everyone talks about. Everyone knows what it is.
Sorry, we're doing number 2.
Number 2, Stranger Things, season 5.
Jesus Christ.
Bit of a legacy pick to celebrate the whole series. Which, if I the 10-year journey for me, I look back on it very fondly. This was every year it came out was up there as one of my favorite shows. I think this last season was excellent. I know there's a lot of chatter online. People think otherwise, but I think it was excellent, especially the finale. I think they nailed the finale. To end a show that's 5 seasons long, but 10 years in the making, and has so much like expectations behind it. I do really think they nailed it, especially with the ending. I think the ending was very much like something that we'll talk about for a long time.
But
It reminds
yeah.
me of that. Oh, what's the Christopher Nolan movie? I'm blanking. Inception.
Mm.
It's like every now and then you get this ending that's like a cultural touch point people
Yeah.
talk about. And Inception is like one of those. And I think Stranger Things season 5 ending is kind of like that too, where people sort of
You
debate
can't put that
reality.
ending in the same breath as
It
Inception.
is. It's just as good.
Come on
It's just
now.
as good to me.
Are you talking about
It's a
like
TV
the
show
ending
version.
or like the
I believe.
or ending
The
number
ending.
1?
The ending.
I
The
believe.
ending. The very end. The end of the show. The last 20 minutes.
You
30
either
minutes.
believe or you don't believe.
I don't want to get to spoilers, but
That-
what
but that-
they
I
did
feel
and
like-
how they
yeah.
presented it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
to me, was genius and was magical, and everyone got this like touching moment at the end.
Mhm.
And then I don't want to get to spoilers
We don't have to
because
spoil
No,
it,
don't
but
spoil
I
it.
don't. Yeah,
I think
whatever.
everyone
We could talk about
expect. I
this.
think
We could talk about this season for 2
yeah,
hours.
I
and-
think everyone expected something to happen, and to some people, and they swerved. And I think that the fact that they swerved, that took a lot of courage for them, and I think that should be applauded when a show like is expected to do one thing and swerves into something different. And I just thought that was a beautiful ending and a beautiful episode. So, anyways, Stranger Things season 5, my number 2. I might be alone, but
No,
Yes.
I'll
Yep.
actually
here we go.
step in, and Stranger
wife.
Things is number 2 for me
That's
too.
why she's
Look
my
at the
wife.
powers.
My wife.
My wife.
See, honestly, I think part of it too is just the
Reinforcements.
nostalgia. Like this was like one of my favorite genres of movie growing up was coming of age movies. Like
Yeah, sure.
Stand By Me, E.T., The Goonies, like those were the movies that
That's
sat with
exactly
me
what
the
this show
most.
has been doing from day one. Exactly what it's
And
been
that
doing.
is this show. Like
Yeah.
it hit the nostalgia note right from the get-go. We've loved it. The past couple of years, like whenever a season comes out, we literally book the weekend where we say we can't do anything else. We're just binging Stranger Things all weekend. We loved the way that it came out this time around, because with the kids it's really hard to do a weekend binge, but we actually were able to like keep up with the drops on the the 4 episodes. We watched them all in one weekend. But
Did it help that it was during the holidays? Because I feel like that hindered the hype. But maybe that's just me and the circles that I follow and talk to. Or
I think the
whatever.
binge model hinders the hype. I think if you release
I
on a
agree.
weekly basis, you're going to keep
Yeah.
the conversation going.
I think we're all on the same page with that. But I feel like the holidays got in the middle of
think
it.
the
'Cause, like, there's
holidays
too much else
did-
going on. Like
normally they drop it around Halloween. I think it just fits that vibe, like that kind of like spooky, like
sure.
that time of year vibe.
Yeah.
It's not really like a Christmas thing, and like people do like a bit more of like lighthearted, happy Christmas stuff. But
Do you want to know my theory? Okay, my theory is the show kind of like the audience kind of ages with the show. It's like been 10 years, and so they kind of assume like most of our fans are like parents or something. And they're like, yeah, after the kids go down, they're around on Christmas, they're around on New Year's. We would have been
I
around. We
think-
were out of town, but we would have been around.
yeah,
and
we
would've-
totally would have watched
like,
this on
yeah,
New
if we
Year's.
were home, that
we
would have
were
been our New
around
Year's
and we
plan.
didn't
So-
touch it. Like
If we were,
You're doing
if
it
we
wrong. I don't know
were-
what to say.
If we
Yeah.
were home, 100%, that's what we would have
Would
done
have
on
been
New
like,
Year's Eve.
yeah, like tons of snacks, few drinks.
So
Get the kids down,
my whole
watch
thing,
Stranger Things.
yeah,
That
my
would've
whole
been
thing is that I think as a whole, the series is great and should be celebrated, 100%, absolutely. I just don't think that this season was very good. That's just how I see it. I think they actually pussied out on this season. Honestly, I think they wimped out. I think that the fact that semi-spoiler that nothing really potentially happens to anyone in particular in the last 2 episodes, it just means that they just wanted to wrap it up in a nice bow, and I think that that's just
No, I think they went against the grain. I think they knew that's what everyone thought,
Everyone
and they
was waiting
swerved.
for
Yeah, but how could you
people.
not do that? Look at the
They
stakes.
threw
It just
everyone. They
it just
threw.
feels
They
it
didn't
feels
give
like
everyone what they wanted, and everyone's mad and said, "I wanted it to be the way I wanted it to end," and they
Yeah.
knew that.
it's just
I
not
respect them for
it's not
that. It's
interest
I
it's not
opposite.
respectfully
interesting.
disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
It
just not,
it
to me it's not interesting enough. It is just like a, not to the same extent, because I do think, I have more love for Star Wars than I do for Stranger Things, but I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
when they didn't kill Chewie in episode 9. It's that type of mentality where it's like, oh, he's dead. 10 minutes later, no, he's alive. Oh, so and so's
Yeah.
dead. Well, maybe they're not. Or, oh, so and so almost died, but no, they just made it, even though it kind of made, like, it just, to me, that kind of stuff, regardless of what show or movie it is, feels like they either don't have an interesting idea or reason to do it, or they're too scared to. And that might not be the writers. It could be the studio. It could be a whole bunch of reasons why, right? But
Well, there's no
to me, that
studios,
makes it
no-
less
I
interesting.
think they had
Yeah.
full control.
I think the other thing
Maybe.
too is
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
people like characters did die. It just like
there was a template. There was like a fan favorite
over the
character.
seasons there were a couple,
A
but I
fan
think
favorite
they
character gets
no, but I'm
introduced
saying
and
like in
kinda
this
killed off every
season
season.
there was characters that didn't make it, but they
No-
didn't get the same
No
the
one that
fan
you cared about, though.
favorite.
No one that you
Yeah.
cared about.
Yeah.
That's my point. Yeah.
Which,
Um,
yeah.
For
I
me,
mean, they're all kids. I don't want to see.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I
it's totally
do.
fine. I think when we were kids, we watched
I don't
movies.
fucking care.
We didn't want all the characters to, like. I think everyone expected that, and I think they swerved. And
Honestly, after
I-
all the shit
yeah.
that they've gone through over the past couple of years, it's like let them
Yeah.
like.
they've been through enough.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
They've
fair.
been through enough.
Give them a break.
You want
Yeah.
these kids to suffer more? Give them a
Yeah.
break. No, they use the show to tell us so many beautiful like morals and
Overall,
I don't know. I just
100%.
I thought it
no
was-
disagreement. The whole show.
And I love that
in
they bring
general,
it back to the Dungeons and Dragons
yeah,
thing
me
at
too.
the
I
end.
thought the ending was
Yeah, that-
amazing.
thematically that was great, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was okay.
for me, it didn't make my top 5. It was the first honorable mention that I wanted to mention, but I was like,
Number 6.
oh,
Okay.
I didn't want to spoil that it wasn't in my list.
Yeah.
But honestly, it just missed the top 5. But honestly, it's because like the show's great overall. I think you hit the nail on the head, Dave, where it's like it deserves to be celebrated.
Sure.
But this one didn't stand out as like you would want it to finish on a high note, as this in the sense of like this season should stand out as one of my favorite seasons, and it definitely doesn't do that.
Mhm.
I think
It did
season
end in a
4
decent
was
way.
very
Like
good.
I think
thought season 4 was awesome. I thought that was
I
great.
agree with Dave in the sense that it feels like they played it safe in the sense that like it ended in a good place, so it was like it was a serviceable ending. It just didn't do anything to like wow me and
Yeah.
like rank like launch
mean,
it up the
never-
ranks.
Those types of movies never really do though. Like
Yeah,
So-
it's a
so
coming
what I
of
would
age.
say is, for
film,
me,
right?
the epilogue stuff is good. I liked how they gave everyone
Yeah,
time.
that was my favorite part of the ending.
Yeah, 100%. That was the best part of the
It was like a Return of the King ending.
Genius. Yeah.
They had-
it's like ending
very,
after
like-
ending after ending. Yeah,
But it was genius.
Good. It was good.
To
I
use
just-
the game and his storytelling as the dungeon master as a possible alternate ending for the show itself. It was very
which is a
meta,
which is a very
which is
cool
a really
idea.
cool.
Very cool
Like,
idea. Yeah, I just think
this
that
is-
they completely lost that they were playing D&D for the last 3 seasons. Like
I agree
just-
with that.
They it had nothing to. I was speculating. I was like, oh, there's 12 kids. There's a 12-sided die. Like I thought they were gonna do some sort of like corny link to. No, nothing. Oh, there's you're a wizard. Like I just feel like this season, they were like, oh wait, we have to mention wizards. We have to mention
Sorcerer.
paladins. But like they have to do it because they forgot to do it for the last 3 years or 3 seasons. And that's just me. That's why that bothered me. It doesn't have to bother everybody, and doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean anyone else is wrong. It's just how I felt when I was watching it.
I know it's fine.
Well,
I know that we're in the minority, but I
don't think
it's
you
a
are.
special show.
I don't think you
and
are.
trust,
I don't
and
know that you are.
A lot of people love the show and love
Yeah.
the ending. I love the show. I wasn't
I think
thrilled
if you,
by the last season, but
But TV show ending, like TV shows, like just think about your favorite TV shows. Very, very hard to do a finale on a long running TV show.
Yeah.
Like there's very
Totally.
few TV
Totally.
shows have very good finales that go longer than 5 seasons and or longer than 10 years. Very, very hard. Like Game of Thrones comes to mind, like disastrous finale, like Sopranos, like
Also, yeah,
so
not
many
really
shows
the
have terrible finales. I thought this finale, for being 5 season plus, going 10 years, I thought it was like one of the
Aging
better,
with the
one of the better,
aging with the viewers.
maybe the best finales for a show that goes that long. Like like I don't know. That's what I thought, but you can disagree, and I know you guys do, but
And I know
We-
you do.
We
like,
loved it.
we loved it. Yeah.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
I'm leaning
okay.
towards what Dave was saying, but I think my thing is like, even if it, and this is maybe not fair to the show at all, but even if it played out exactly the way it did, but it did it in like 5 years as opposed to 10, it might have felt more cohesive. But like
Maybe.
those gaps and like the places it went from season 4 to season 5, like wasn't really enough to justify all that time waiting.
The time gaps between episodes is just like a problem now in TV. I will give you that. It's not just a Stranger Things problem. Like there's too many
It's
shows
even
that take
Severance. It
way
took
too long.
3
Yeah.
or you mentioned Pluribus, Ian. It's like we might not get season 2 until 2028.
Yeah, you got
Well,
lots
there
of
you
time to
go.
watch the season, so
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
probably, you got lots
Yeah,
of time,
so we didn't do it for the later seasons, but we did rewatch some of the earlier seasons of Stranger Things.
But yeah, I do understand that.
During
that
like
that's,
the gaps,
that's
but
fair.
yeah, I can see if like you lost
TV
the-
shows in general. I think that's just like in general. You got to get there.
That's why you got to respect the pit. They want to go back to good TV coming out every year.
Yeah, it's hard. Every year, every 2 years is okay. I can understand that, but every year is really difficult to do now. So, and think about like when Stranger Things started. Like the kids are the age that they are. There's no way that a kid that's 12 years old is going to look the same when they're 15. Like never mind 25.
20. Yeah, they're all
like,
It was
it's
essentially
just-
Netflix's flagship show, though. I feel like it could have been
100%.
pushed a little harder, but I don't know.
100%. So, I don't know. And there was COVID, there was a strike, there was a whole bunch of reasons why, like the last couple
I
seasons.
don't think they meddle as much as the typical studio, to be honest with you. It's to their credit. So I think they
No, they meddle.
I
They
don't
just
give
didn't
Netflix-
meddle with that
but
show.
that's true.
Yeah.
I
They
guess
meddle
you're
with
right.
other shows.
with everything
Yeah,
else.
that's-
Yeah. And that's fine. It is their flagship. Let
I
them do
think
what they do.
the brothers too maybe didn't have like the full arc when they started the show, and they needed time. They
there's
didn't
no
want to
way.
rush the
Yeah.
ideas, so like I think they needed some time to actually write it, like to figure out, okay, where do we want to take it next? What can we rope in to like make it make sense from the previous seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Like
So I
without
think-
really getting into too many spoilers, like do you think they knew what the Upside Down was from the jump, or do you think that was a recent development?
Chance.
I think it was a lost smoke monster. What's the island
I
situation all over
They
again?
they completely changed what it was just for the last season, and that's one of the problems I had with it.
But I actually don't mind where it went with that.
I
actually like that.
Because they linked it to
'Cause you gotta keep upping the
Dungeon-
stakes,
They
you
didn't.
gotta-
They linked it to Dungeons and Dragons. I think they said
Yeah.
like
They did.
that's
yeah.
how they determined what exactly it was.
Okay, anyways, we can move on. I know we
Yeah,
talked
we
about
could
talk
things
about
for like
this
20
forever.
minutes.
I could talk.
It's because we didn't do an episode
know.
dedicated to it.
That's why
Wanted
we're doing
to,
it. Yeah, exactly.
so we
Okay,
wanted
so we got that was number 2 for both of you, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess did I say my number 2? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. My number 2 is Andor season 2.
Yeah, it is.
Just fantastic show. Like, what are we gonna say? It's amazing. It's amazing Star Wars. I don't know. I hope we get something. Doesn't have to be this type of show, but I hope we get something of this quality at some point. Doesn't have to be soon. Might not be the next movie. Might not be the next show. That's okay.
Hey, there's a Star Wars movie coming out this year. You never know.
You never. It could be fantastic, and I will cross my
not
fingers
gonna be
as long as they
not
hurt
Andor.
until that happens. Yeah. But I don't know that you're going to get the same type of storytelling. I don't know where you're going to get this type of storytelling again, especially if you loop 2 seasons together. But the second season is just as good and at points better than the first, and just a fantastic show. So number 2 is
I think
Andor.
better, and I was the one of the three of us that after season 1 was holding out and still had Mandalorian season 1 as my number 1 Star Wars show of all time. I have
Okay,
now.
Mike, everybody
I have
takes
now
crazy
put
pills every once in a
Andor.
while. That's okay.
I have now put Andor above it as after season 2.
Yeah. So I also put the
I'm-
caveat
yeah.
that I was holding out for season 2 to see where I ranked this show overall. But I'll jump in with my number 1 because Andor season 2 was the best thing on TV in 2025.
There you go.
Can't convince me otherwise.
I'll try.
But it honestly, like,
It's
it
Stranger
launched.
Things. How dare you?
Yeah. Well, we know I've loved Andor from the beginning and got really in depth with like reviews and coverage of it. But that being said, the second season I still think elevated it to a level where I thought it was always like really strong Star Wars, but now I just think it's like really strong television. Like from that second season, it really just felt like a strong series overall, like whether you were into Star Wars or not. And I guess with Cassian Andor, it's kind of like one of the only approaches to Star Wars where it's like the everyman, like you don't have to be a Jedi or anything like that. You can just be fighting the good fight on the ground level, and we saw that through Andor, through and through, like all different angles. So it just really impressed me in that way. Like it can be some of my favorite Star Wars and not have some of those fantastical elements. So that's what puts it at my favorite Star Wars show to date.
And I know they couldn't have timed it that way, but it's the perfect time for an anti-fascist Star Wars show
I know.
to come
Oh
out.
my
Yeah.
God.
So that's part of it, right? That's
Yeah.
what makes it even more epic, in my opinion.
Even better. Yeah. All right, you guys. The Power household with their number ones.
Oh, do you want to go Ian? Oh, Ian. Okay, number 1.
Andor season 2.
Yeah, that was
All
a
right.
good one. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Stranger Things would have been number 1 if not for this show that came out that I think is one of the best things I've seen ever. For me it hits the trifecta of like the highest form of filmmaking. Okay, so
Oh, I think I know what it is.
technically
Oh.
technically brilliant, technically amazing, impossible, but they pulled it off. Amazing performances,
Mhm.
amazing performances, and then a powerful commentary on the times we live in.
Mhm.
Right, and I think especially if you're a parent, I think you have to watch this show. That's a
Mm.
show out of jolly old England called Adolescence. Adolescence. I know it's
Jolly old England. And a show like this.
Jolly. The show's not jolly at all, but
It is
Yeah.
not jolly at all.
I was just
Good
saying
for
it's a
you.
British show. The British do acting different and better than I think the
Yeah,
Americans.
like more consistent.
And this
maybe. I don't
show,
know.
this show, like this, no American could make this show. Like, come on. Every episode is a single take. They're basically doing a stage show that they've rigged up for television
With
with children actors to look as good as any show you've ever seen. But they're doing it in one take.
Great job by that kid too. Like he's
Oh my god!
he's
Yeah.
incredible.
I know they're winning. I know it's like winning all the awards, so it's maybe the obvious pick to choose the choice. But I do think that everyone should watch it. I do believe it's essential viewing, especially if you're a parent in year 2025, 26. It's incredible. You must
in
be watched.
reality, it's not a single take. It's just made to look that way.
No, it,
It is-
actually
it was.
is. They
It's
actually
it's
did
actually a single take,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
an hour. It's over an hour long.
it. Yeah.
And if you the third episode, no, going in knowing that the
Which
third
one's
episode,
one? Is that the
one with the parents,
the therapist? Oh, the parents.
yeah, the parents. The second
The
one's
therapist one. It is my.
It's incredible,
That was
but
my favorite.
Stephen-
episode. That was.
Stephen Graham in the third episode, like where he goes in a single take, and
Is
where
that
he
they
gets
go
to
the
at the end.
store?
Yeah, and at the
Yeah.
end he
Yeah,
breaks
yeah,
down, and it's like
Yeah.
for him to pull that off in a single take while being like it's
Yeah.
I
That,
forget
that
which
episode
Yeah, that is
alone,
pretty
It is.
impressive.
It's incredible.
Dude,
It's a
it's
technical achievement for sure.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy when you don't the fact that you don't even notice it sometimes, and then you stop and you go, wait, holy shit,
not a single cut. Yeah.
yeah, like holy shit. That's
I think
what's
we
happening.
knew it, so we were paying attention for it, and I think that like made it a bit. And I forget what episode it is, but there is one episode where the first take actually is the one that they took.
Like in interviews after they mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
So they basically like, and there's drone shots. Like
Mhm.
they're driving a car. They go to a store. They come back. They rigged it all up so the camera could sort of transfer to all these different setups and be one
in and out
single
of the
take. And
van and stuff is like
Yeah.
it is
they go from the
insane, yeah.
from like the hood of the car to like
Yeah.
almost like in the van somehow, and I'm just what the fuck.
So-
It's
To be number one, technically amazing, and then
Yeah.
number two, have those performance. Number three, be such a commentary on the times, right?
Mhm.
Three things that just make it, I think, the most important piece of work to come out this last year.
and
So-
it's like as difficult as it can be to watch. It's not like, oh, you have to spend 15 hours watching it. No, it's like
It's 3 episodes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 4
it's
hours maybe.
4
total.
hours, something like that. Yeah.
4 episodes now. 3.
I think it's 3. Yeah.
3 or 4. Yeah, it's short, but it's like
Thought it was 4.
I don't know,
I
whatever.
thought it was 4 too.
Whatever it is, it's worth watching it, even if it is difficult at times. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's a great pick. That is my number 6. That show. If I'm gonna say that as an honorable mention, it's that. It's
Yeah, it was an honorable mention for me too.
Yeah, I definitely just was on the outside. I think for me, it's like the technical stuff didn't. I didn't like the story as much, I guess.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like I was like wowed by the filmmaking, but I was like, the story just
The filmmaking, the acting, but the story, the story was
challenging.
okay,
It's
but
challenging,
it's
but-
And it was also a situation where like I know that the regular conventions of TV would allow for this, but like obviously the approach they took would not. But I did want to circle back to some of the characters because some of
Yeah.
them didn't get like that final resolution at the end. It was just like, oh, we've moved on from those characters.
Right.
So it was like in a normal conventional TV show, you would get like some
have
sort of
another-
wrap.
It's more of a, like each episode is a stage play that's trying to get a point
following
across.
one
Yeah,
plot.
than a conventional TV show. So
Yeah.
that's
But what is the dad's name again? I can't remember, but he was phenomenal.
yeah. He won all the Stephen Graham.
Stephen Graham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gobbling up all the awards as you should.
Yeah, and well, he created the show too, so he's the writer and creator too. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
he deserves it. Yeah. Okay, that's my number 1.
Nice.
Mina?
And you mine?
Yep.
All right. Mine is another show out of jolly old England.
Is it more jolly?
Yeah, is it more jolly? Yeah.
It is not more jolly.
Nothing out of England is jolly.
And it's Department Q. I don't know if either of you watched
no, I
that
don't
one.
watch
Oh, that should have been an honorable mention for me
nice
too.
one.
Love that one.
Matthew Good. Honestly, I think he's the only really named actor in the show. But I like those true crime detective. That is kind of my.
Your
I'm not
vibe.
getting the sci-fi adventure. Yeah, that's kind of my second favorite, and I just thought it was so well done. It's based on a Danish book series. So usually when you have, especially the detective ones, they transfer from book to show very, very well. I just think the plot was really good. The acting was phenomenal. I loved the one character, Akram, who ends up kind of becoming his little sidekick. I just thought it was really well done.
The detective. The main detective plays more of a sidekick to him.
Yeah. You're not expecting it, and he's just an ultimate
Steals the show
badass
kind of thing. One of those.
He does, yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, I thought all the characters were great. The story was great. It was really well done. Even just the set pieces, they must have for sure been filming actually in Scotland, and so yeah, Department Q
definitely
was that was really well done. I enjoy it. I guess I rated my list based on my own personal enjoyment, and that was definitely one of my favorites of the year.
Yeah,
it's a great choice, and I'm looking forward to the
next.
next season for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely
this is
going to
a
be an
blank spot
honorable
for me.
mention.
I don't know that much about it. I think either Mike or Ian, you guys might have mentioned, or maybe you did meet him when we got together or something. But I know of
I
it.
watched it too. I'm sure it'd be on your honorable mention.
One of you guys, someone mentioned it to me.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice. I like how we have a couple picks that are not over, because I am going to mention something that's already been mentioned, and it's probably a decent guess. It's Severance, because the show's
Good
amazing. I just love just how original everything in this show is. I love how it takes time to be funny, even in intense moments. I always love when shows do that. That's why something like Mad Men is my pretty much top 1 or 2 shows ever, because it's just it's so much about shitty people, but it's so funny. And Severance maybe is not as funny, but it makes time for that, and I like that. It's just so interesting. I love the way they ended it. There's so much room for discussion around the way it ended in season 2, and I just think that it's just, I don't even know how to say just how much I love how original it is and just how creative it is. and I'm enjoying every single moment of it. So,
It's a good pick,
Season
Dave.
2, yeah.
It's that excellent like show where you have this sci-fi concept and you just like drill down on it. But this is why Pluribus didn't make my top 5, because I don't think Pluribus is as good as Severance. I think Pluribus has one single juicy sci-fi idea they drill down on really hard. But in Severance, especially season 2, they introduce more ideas on top of that idea.
Oh yeah.
On top of that idea, and then they forget.
It's
And
so
the next
layered,
episode
yeah.
goes even more, and it's like, what the hell? It's like I can't keep up with the amount of ideas they're introducing. Where Pluribus is just like it's like one consistent idea, and I don't think it's as like bold or brave as Severance. So I just think Severance is it's a good choice.
What's good about
Could have been my number 1 most years.
Right. Yeah. What's great about Severance and for me was when you mentioned sort of how you are is that there's all these concepts, but there's also a lot of answers that you get too.
Yeah.
Along
it's
the
bringing
way,
up questions, answering them the whole
which is hard to do when you know that the show's going to keep going probably, and you know that they're introducing new ideas. They're not just piling shit on and then you never know anything. That's what Lost did for the longest time, and I think Severance has kind of changed that a little bit, or at least made that a little bit better in my opinion, where it's like you still get lots of that, but you also get tidbits of answers. Maybe it doesn't answer everything, but it's enough to keep you hooked. You know, all that stuff is great. The new characters they introduced are fantastic actors and actresses, and like it's really, you get to know a couple more characters a lot deeper, which is great. Yeah, I just no question.
Right. Do you want to
yeah,
rattle off some extra picks quickly? Because
my
only
one
have
extra pick, why I said Adolescence, my other one that I mentioned was The Studio. That's what I want to say, and that's it. So
yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Awesome.
As well.
All right, Ian. I know you went through most of your honorable mentions as we were going. Do you have any others, Ian?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys ever checked out Task on HBO by
Yep. Great show.
It's on my
with
honorable
Mark
mention
Ruffalo.
list.
So I thought that was pretty captivating from week to week, and I do like those weekly drops. You know, like
me too.
checking on this show.
HBO.
Like,
Depressed
like
Depressed
HBO
Thor
Sunday
is
night,
pretty good.
baby.
Depressed Thor is fun. Like he's good.
Depressed Hulk.
Or the Hulk. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay,
and then-
I just have 2. Okay, sorry. You go on, Ian.
I was just gonna say, like, we didn't do like necessarily those that were surprising or disappointing. Although I do think like Stranger Things, even though it just missed my top 5, would have been kind of the disappointment for me because I just had higher hopes.
Sure.
For the surprise, it was like a random one on Netflix called The Beast in Me, because I did not expect that show with Claire Danes to be anything special, and it kind of like surprised me in that it was actually
It was good.
pretty entertaining.
It was good. Okay, most disappointing for me, Alien Earth. I love Noah Hawley. I love Noah Hawley, the creator of that show, and I thought that Alien Earth was just dog shit. So I stopped watching it.
It was Alien
Okay.
Poo.
Alien poo. All right, my 2 categories that I want to just.
Oh yeah,
mention
that's
in-
right.
I
Yeah.
have an honorable mention.
No, I just have 2 categories. Like it's my mention. So best, I watch all the comic book shows,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So my best,
Yeah,
my
okay, go.
favorite comic book show of the year was Daredevil Born Again.
Okay.
Shout out to Ian who had it on his list. And my favorite animated show of the year, because I do tend to watch a lot of animated shows. This is a good show if you like animated shows and a comic book show. Invincible season 3. Invincible is really good.
Wasn't Batfam?
Oh yeah, Batman was good too. Okay, but all in there. I said I would only do 2. Okay.
Ah shit.
Okay, sorry, you're up.
Okay, my honorable mention that I don't know if anyone else watches this, and I've gotten Mike to watch like a couple episodes here and there.
What got canceled?
No,
Yeah, I
that's
know
so
you're gonna say.
upsetting. It's another FX show, and it's called The English Teacher. So the second season came out this year. It's a comedy,
good.
and it's gay man in where is he? But it's like he's in an American city that like there's not a lot of gay people. And he's teaching at a high school, so you get the like ridiculousness of the generation right now and the way that they interact with like teachers and like authority.
The brain rot generation.
Yes, the brain rot generation. And then it's like the teachers trying to like teach them, but then you also get like their whole personal stories. It is hilarious. Like it's so funny. The acting's really well done. Did it really get canceled?
Yeah.
That's sad. Okay.
Up, yeah.
That's too bad because it was the ensemble cast that they put together. It probably is one of like, it reminds me of kind of like Friends. Like if it had a better, like if people picked up on it, I think it would be like a sitcom that would kind of go for a little while. Just how well the cast kind of clicks together and the stories that they put together. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out. I mean, it got canceled, but the first 2 seasons, if you want something fun, lighthearted to watch, I would recommend watching The English Teacher. It was pretty.
I like the guy
pretty
who's the
enjoyable.
lead. He's always pretty funny. I like that guy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he
good.
is funny.
Yeah.
Evan.
He was in the Megan movie that came out this year. He's like one of the sort of side characters in the Megan 2.0 movie.
I forget what
kind of like the comic relief. He's good.
I forget what the principal is from, but he's been in like so many things. Hold on, I just want to look him up.
Can't tell which one's the principal and stuff. I haven't heard of this show, and shit, maybe that's why it got canceled. Because I haven't heard of it. So
It's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus.
I don't know. Flash, are you kidding me? I'm cheap.
The principal is Enrico Polentoni. Okay, what is he in? He was in Galaxy Quest, Just Shoot Me. Oh, that's what he was the dad in Veronica Mars. If anyone watched Veronica Mars.
Yes.
Galaxy Quest. Yeah, that's what I'm from.
Yeah,
But he was
The guy from Men in Black.
He might have been in Men in Black. I mean, he's been in so many
Yeah,
things.
He's
All right.
he's a big character actor. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
But
All
he
right.
was just like the perfect, like he was,
like him.
everyone was kind of like goofy and he's I'm gonna eye roll at all of you. You're all being ridiculous and trying to make them, it's really good. I recommend it. Even though it got canceled, I would still recommend watching it.
All right, I'm gonna put it on the list. I need a good time every once in a while.
All right, over to you, Dave. If you have
No
any.
good times allowed.
No, that honestly, I didn't have any like sort of, because all the shows that we watched, we kind of like finished, and just sort of went for it. And I didn't really start anything that I didn't finish. So there's nothing that like, other than the 7 that I just mentioned, like Adolescence in the Studio, everything else either I didn't finish or I didn't really tune in to watch. So,
Yeah.
kind of probably
Thanks for mentioning the studio because it was great.
Yeah, it's really good. I was like, oh, this is good, but it's just funny enough. It's got good comments. Let's move on to movies. Let's talk movies.
That's
Top
fair.
5 favorite
That's fair.
movies. We'll probably have some crossover, but honestly, like I almost feel like there's going to be a couple on each list, and that's it. But we'll do the same rules. If this is anywhere a spot away from your picks or whatever. Ian, do you want to start with number 5 again? Are you over with Mr. Ian Walter? Let's do number 5. Yep. Personal favorite movies of 2025, and then we will try to mull over what our number 1 might be, which I think might be tough this year. But I'm just anticipating that.
So it's funny because like I was thinking about my 5, and I was thinking, wow, I really focused on like going to see movies in theaters this year, and usually that means I'm going to see like a blockbuster film. Mm-hmm. And I actually went to see Jaws for the 50th anniversary this year with my parents. And I honestly, that's like the original blockbuster. Like that's where that's the blueprint of the blockbuster, right? So it's like the fact that that still holds up today. And I just feel like I'm really appreciating the theater experience these days. So what you're going to get from my top 5 are going to be all pretty much big screen blockbusters.
Jaws 2.
And we're going to start with
Jaws versus Piranha, Jaws NATO.
Yeah.
Like
that's right. Well, we're gonna start with Ryan Coogler's Sinners, because that really surprised me. Like obviously you don't want to know too much going in, but even if you know kind of what the angle is, it's still a really well made film. And Michael B. Jordan playing 2 very different twin brothers was pretty impressive, and Haley Steinfeld's pretty good in it as well. So yeah, there's a lot to love from Sinners, and there's a whole like music aspect to it where I think really plays into it nicely, and I would really recommend Sinners. That's my number 5.
You mean Ryan Coogler's Blade? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah. Should have been.
Yeah, pretty much. It kind of feels it's not obviously not the same, but at some points you're like, oh yeah, this is like Blade 1.
My only review in Letterboxd was like, I could rename this movie and solve Marvel's Blade problem right away. You could just call this movie Blade and
yeah, and then
make
they don't have to
characters
make
Blade.
one. Yeah,
you don't have to make one. Yeah. Okay, good choice, Ian. All right, my number 5. I was on record on this podcast saying that this is my most anticipated movie of this year. Came at number 5, and I even said I'm more excited for this movie than any Marvel movie. Uh, Spoilers for my list: it didn't beat out every Marvel movie, but it did beat out most movies I saw this year. It came number 5,
What?
Superman.
Really?
Superman.
It didn't? Oh, interesting. Okay.
It didn't beat out every Marvel movie. Yeah, there's some above it. So
Oh, I guess
just
you're
wait for my
five,
list
so
to come.
okay.
So
Superman.
number
Nice.
5, Superman. Awesome, awesome Superman movie. I just love seeing a hopeful Superman on screen again. We're finally done with the Zack Snyder version of Superman and the dark, dour, depressing version of Superman that totally
Those were some good times.
misrepresented the character completely. I really didn't like those movies, and I just I love that. I love
laugh coughing.
I love where James Gunn is
Miss
taking
the good
movies
old
to
days
do.
of Zack
The
Snyder's
good old days. Yeah, we
Justice
all
League.
celebrated that. Every single
From
person
Justice
celebrated
League.
that.
The whole generation got the wrong message from Superman, and that makes me sad. But the next generation is getting the right message. So this is the Superman movie to show your teens and preteens, and this is what Superman should be. He should be an idealistic character, and he just understands the character. And I have all the faith in James Gunn going forward, like controlling the DC universe, whatever. Hopefully Netflix lets him keep it. Let's not start from their day.
Oh,
But
Jesus Christ.
I just
keep forgetting
it was a
about
great
that.
movie. Yeah, and I did see it in theaters. To your point, Ian, a lot of these movies I also saw in theaters. I think adds something we see in the theater. So it was an event, Superman, and it was great to see. So,
Very nice.
number 5.
Number 5.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll preface and say this 2025, I feel like was a little lackluster on the movie front. I don't feel very passionate about any of the movies on my top 5.
Whoa, really? Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't know if I just miss going to the movie theater. Like, we don't, with the kids now, we don't get to go. We used to pretty much go to the movie theater almost every weekend, especially in the summer, sometimes twice. So, like, I think I can count the number of times we went to a movie on one hand this year in a theater, but I don't know if it's just missing that, like, just being 100% enthralled, like, the dark theater with the big screen and the popcorn. I don't know. But maybe that's why movies just aren't hitting the same way they used to for me. But anyway, with that, my number 5, I'm not going to say it's an amazing movie. It's not going to win any Oscars. Did I have fun watching it? Sure. And that's Freakier Friday.
Oh, no way.
The movie was
Ew.
The movie was really fun.
Lindsay Lohan enters the top 5. Let's go.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
That first one was fun back in the day, and
yeah,
like,
You need to get Disney Plus, my friend.
no, you want to pay for it?
Honestly, it has the same vibes. It
pays for itself.
It picks up exactly
It
where
pays for
the
itself with this movie.
first movie leaves off. You just get Lindsay Lohan's daughter, and I mean, I won't spoil, but it's like there's a bigger, freakier Friday instead of
It's freakier.
It's freakier, yeah. I don't know. It was fun. It was.
Maybe you could watch it every Friday if you like.
We're not making fun of this, Beck. I actually legitimately want to watch this. Like, I actually really want to watch this.
I didn't see it. I can't comment. I trust my
You
wife.
didn't see? Oh, I thought maybe you guys would have both watched it. Oh, okay.
My wife saw it in theaters, I believe.
Oh,
She's a
that's
big Freaky
It
Friday
didn't
fan.
do too bad. Didn't we talk about that with the movie wager? Like, it actually was
Yeah,
not-
it almost made top 10. Yeah,
it was like 12
I
or
have
13 or
a-
something. Yeah, it was like up there. Yeah.
I have a selection of movies where I'm just like, I'll watch this on my own, and that was one of them.
I have that too, and there's on my list. There's probably
It would not have made Mike's top 5.
Safe.
But that's how you define it. Is like this is not going to be in Mike's top 5, so I'm going to watch it on my own.
You know what? I give it top 10. I'm like, this won't make his top 10, so I'll just watch this on my own.
Amazing. Okay, now even more so gotta be put on our list. Okay, my number 5. This is a movie that came out of nowhere. I didn't really know about. Mike, I'm pretty sure they talked about it on the Filmcast, and that's why I decided to watch it. It's the one documentary on my list. I usually have one that really sits with me, and two were vying for the spot. I picked this one because I think it's the more unique one, and I do think that there's a lot more to it than just what is on the surface, but I don't want to spoil that because I do think that's why this jumped up ahead of the other one. This is a movie called, in case you're going to laugh because you're going to think I'm saying something else. This is a movie called Predators. And this is about the To Catch a Predator show that was on 20 years ago. And it follows sort of how that show was made, the people that were in it. They actually talked to some of like the actors, like the kids that were in it to help catch these fucking pieces of shit. And it eventually, really what it's really about is a reflection of why shows like this were ever made and ever captivated anybody in the first place. It's not really about the show. It's about the culture of why this is a thing in any way at all, and why this show in particular may have been that. And then it talks to people that were literally involved in creating the show as actors, as producers, as writers. The host is in it multiple times, like, and follows what he's doing now. Like, there's a lot of angles in it that you don't expect from even like the first like 15 minutes, the setup of the movie. And towards the last third of it, it turns into something that is way deeper, way darker, and way more interesting than most documentaries that would cover a subject like this. And I think it is worth watching because it is very thought-provoking and very, very well done. And the documentarian puts himself in the situation in the documentary, but in one of the most interesting and, I would say, like, heart-wrenching ways you could possibly do it. And I don't want to spoil any of that stuff because that's why this movie is going to stick with me and why I think people need to watch it. It's very, very good. Just whatever, probably like, 100 minutes or something like that. Maybe at points hard to watch as a parent, but honestly, it's not really about the actual predators. It's not really about that. It talks about them and how it may have affected even them, but doesn't apologize for what they do or any of that kind of stuff. It's really more about the culture and things like that. And it's great. It's a fantastic movie.
Check it out. Nice.
Yeah, it sounds interesting for sure.
Very, very
And I only know about it because when I was making my list, I was scrolling past it. I was like, wait, how many Predator movies came out in 2025?
This is the third one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my number 5. Predators is what it's called. Don't let the synopsis of it pull you away, because I wasn't too interested in that part of it, but then heard it was about more than that, and I'm like, I gotta watch this, and it was 100% worth it. So, okay, Ian, you're 4.
Yeah, sure. So number 4 is going to come in with an asterisk because now we're going to start talking about superhero comic book movies.
It is Predators.
Yeah, I already
Right?
started talking about comic
But
movies.
like, I'll throw in a little honorable mention there because it's also a comic book movie, but that is Captain America: Brave New World. We all know how much our gracious host Dave loved that movie. But I really did like that movie. I really did like that movie, but it didn't quite hit the mark of some of the other comic book movies that came out in 2025. And the one that beat it out,
the same page as that, and on that.
yeah, the one that beat it out though. Oh, and that includes, by the way, I'll spoil it now. Superman did not make my top 5. It just missed the mark. So it's also an honorable mention. Thunderbolts, though, with the asterisk, spoiler alert, the new Avengers that will be involved in Avengers Doomsday. I mean, we talked about this one, but multiple times actually on the show. But it was something where I felt like on the surface could have been like every other superhero movie following the Marvel formula, but it really did kind of dig deeper and focus in on the characters and a big theme of fear and depression, in my opinion. So just did something different for once for like a big ensemble film, and it was pretty funny and entertaining. Thunderbolts gets my pick for number 4.
Nice. Yes, and we did talk about it a lot, so go listen back to our thoughts on that if you.
And in case anyone hasn't or it wants to know more or go back to listen to those, I watched this because of you guys. Like that's what pushed me over the edge, and you
I
guys were
recommend.
100% right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, great. All right. So I mentioned that there might be a Marvel movie on my list coming up, and here's one.
and it's
I don't-
not here.
My number
Here's
4,
one.
Fantastic Four: First Steps at number 4.
Hey.
Ooh.
I know this movie may not be on a lot of people's best of the years, but to me, these characters are really important to me, and I've loved them my whole life. And just to see them back in the hands of people who understand what the characters represent, the themes of parenthood and everyone uniting together to fight a common enemy, it really spoke to me with this movie, and I just loved seeing the characters that I love properly represented on the big screen. I thought it was a great movie. We also talked about it, so if you want to hear more of our thoughts, you can listen to the previous episode. I think we dove real deep on this one, Ian. So
Yeah, and I'll jump in because the superhero movie train continues, and Fantastic Four: First Steps is my number 3. So I'll just jump in and say that because for all the same reasons you said, and we definitely covered this on multiple episodes as well in back in my day in 2025. So you can hear all my thoughts, but basically it did kind of finally do justice, I feel, to the Fantastic Four, which is a mega Marvel's first family, huge property in Marvel Comics that kind of never really got its due in film anyways. So now that we do have them, it's like you can't have Fantastic Four without your boy Doctor Doom, who's coming in Avengers Doomsday, and that's also I'll say about that.
So it's going to be an important movie, I think, for the future of MCU. So
yeah, it's got to be. Yeah.
So I'll jump in quickly because I missed the other one too. But my 3 and 4. So 4 is Superman, and 3 is Thunderbolts.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, nice. Oh shit.
Jumping on. I'll have
A lot
to.
of comic book movies going
Who
around.
said
Shit.
the superhero movie is dead?
Who said that? Who said that? None of us. No, maybe Dave. None
I'll
of
preface.
us.
I didn't say
There
it was dead.
2 of the less than 5 movies I saw in the theater this year. So
Right, that's right. Yeah.
could have some impact.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so number 4. I don't know if this is going to be mentioned by you guys. This is very curious. I don't know if we're going to have a chance to talk about this or not. My number 4, which was, it was like probably 1 or 2 for the longest time, is Weapons. Is my number 4. This movie is fucking crazy, man. Like that. Jesus, I don't even know how to describe. It's one of those movies when I'm watching it, it has like that visceral gut feeling at multiple points, and I think I got that when I watched like Get Out for the first time, for example. Like it's that kind of, what am I watching? Holy shit, this is crazy. And then you get a chance to sort of mull over what the meaning of it all is, what it's trying to say. I think it misses the mark on like one thing in particular, which I don't want to spoil. It makes it very, very heavy-handed, but whatever. But the rest of the movie is just goes so many crazy places, and I think is just such a wild ride. And the fact that this guy has made 2 movies that are just amazing, whatever they're doing next, I'm there. Weapons is an incredible thriller, and I don't even know if I should recommend it to everybody, because I don't know that because of the places it goes, it's for everyone. But for me, it is my catnip, this type of movie. It's amazing. Yeah, Weapons, number 4.
So which tier on the like cat tower do you put it? You know, your little cat tower?
My little catnip tower.
Where you play with your catnip?
I mean, like,
No,
but like seriously, like movies like this and Get Out and stuff like this is gonna be it's up there in thrillers. Like it is smack up there in like top 3 sort of. Like it is fantastic.
No, I definitely need to check that out for sure.
Yeah, it's really good.
So Ian gave his 3, so it's on to me, right? I think so. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
So my number 3 is a movie that I think collectively on this podcast would have probably been our most anticipated movie of the year, I think. And so to me, it delivered. Ian and I managed to get out in the middle of winter to go see it in the theaters and recorded an episode recapping it in the Boston Pizza near the movie theater. That's right. Predator Badlands. Dan Trachtenberg's second movie in the Predator universe after Prey. I think his third theatrical movie. And I'm so happy it got a theater release. Seeing it on the big screen.
Third movie in the Predator universe, second
Yeah.
or I don't think Prey got much of a theatrical run.
No, I don't think it did, but I think 10 Cloverfield Lane did.
It did.
I
Yeah,
think,
I saw that.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw it. 10 Cloverfield Lane was one of the first movies.
I saw it in theaters too.
I saw it in theaters too.
And it, dude.
Yeah, it rips.
I liked it better than Cloverfield Lane.
Me too. All his movies rip. And he's a great director. And seeing on the big screen, I'm so happy it got released in the big screen because Prey didn't.
And
seeing
Prey deserved it for sure. Prey 100% deserved to have that. Yeah.
Seeing this movie on the big screen, this was like a throwback 80s, 90s movie. This is like those movies that we loved, like, made today with today's technology and everything. So, throws the Predator, throws the Predator franchise sort of on its head and makes the Predator the protagonist. Like, what a pitch for a Predator movie, right?
What a twist.
I could just see the elevator pitch of that movie. It's so juicy.
And you can see the outrage, right? Because someone like myself who loves the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's such a different style movie. Like, the Predator's literally the villain, the antagonist. So you can see someone that likes that, though, like, not really buying into, now we're going to go along this journey. But, like, the fact that if you do strap in and go on that journey, it actually pays off. Yeah,
it's taking a page
I'm
out
gonna
of
have to agree with you.
Like Terminator 2, one of the best action movies of all time. It's like it's doing it a little differently, but it's taking a page of that book and saying, like, I'm gonna do something different with the franchise. I'm gonna flip it on its head. I'm gonna make the guy, the character that's been the bad guy all along, the good guy, and we're gonna see the world from his perspective and why, like, they do what they do, and it's like the runt of the litter of the Predator family. Anyways, great movie, and
I'm fully with you on that.
Yeah, love it.
Cheers to Courtney Park, Boston Pizza.
Courtney Park, Boston Pizza.
But I'm just going to jump in and say it's also my number 2.
Oh, excellent.
So it didn't make number 1, but it was close.
Holy shit.
And Predator Badlands really blew me away. I think I saw it 3 times in the end in theaters. So it was something where I was like,
Mike, you guys left the Boston Pizza. This guy turned right back around.
That's right. Yeah, so it was... I mean, for everything,
hit Gotham Central before too,
right?
At midnight, yeah.
But I think Dan Trachtenberg, he's on the right track, so to speak. So he's got the Predator franchises in good hands, and I'm looking forward to see if he can do more, if he can maybe mix in some more elements from the Alien universe as well, because we know they exist in the same kind of cinematic universe. So that'd be great to see more Alien and Predator content from Dan Trachtenberg for sure.
Yeah, I think they need to, and it seems like they are, but they need to trust him with what's going forward, for sure. I finally watched this. I was unfortunately unable to join you guys in person, which was just didn't love that, but finally watched it. I did not go to the theater. I went to the theater for maybe 2 movies last year. Anyways, I kept saying as we were watching it, like, oh, this is just an excuse to show us stuff that we haven't seen before. That's what this movie is, right? Because you've never seen it from the Predator's perspective in this way. It definitely not as in depth or within any emotion whatsoever until now. And I just think, like, put him on a random planet in a random not in a random situation, but, like, find an excuse to put him on this random place that you don't know anything about, and find all these different elements and different ways to try and kill him, essentially. And it's just every single set piece is an excuse to do something that you've never seen before. And my wife recognized that from the beginning. And what really got her was, I don't know if there's much spoilers in this movie, but
Elle Fanning?
Yes, she's great, by the way. So funny. She does a fantastic job in both roles, but in her main role, I would say, does great. The fight with the legs. My wife was like, yeah, this is something I have never seen before. And I was like, and it works. What's great about the action in it is that there might be a lot going on, but you can follow all of it. You understand what it is. You can see what's happening, why it happened, all that. Like, it's all still very clear. And that's just a sign of a really, really good direction for a movie like this. So, like, keep giving this guy movies, man. Like, just keep doing
Yeah.
it. Like,
And because it's synths and aliens, you can squeak by with a PG-13 rating, even though it like still feels like an R-rated Predator film.
yeah, and the whole, the fact that we work for so and so, like I was like, it's coming. Here we go. It's what's the next movie?
You were the Leo meme. I can
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, that's what I
Ah!
did. Yeah, I had to remind the wife. I was like, oh yeah, that's remember in the Alien show, like that's the company they were working for or whatever. She's like, oh yeah, it's cool. Anyways, not my number 3. My number 3 has already been mentioned though. My number 3 is Sinners. This another original movie, just like Weapons. It's original. It's cool. Just like Ian mentioned too. There's something about like the music all the way throughout, but that one section is, speaking of things I've never seen before, like,
And it's a big risk.
it is a big risk. And I just like, I look at, and you guys might scoff at me a little bit, but like I look at this movie and I look at the last movie he did with the second Black Panther movie, and I'm like, there is no chance this is the same guy who made this. Like, this is
Nah,
10
I mean,
times better than what this.
listen,
Than
he had a
both of
tall
those movies.
order doing a movie that is a sequel, his first sequel ever to a big tentpole film without your lead star.
I understand.
That's tough.
I totally sympathize with that part of it. The
He had to
rest,
pivot on his entire plan.
it just the originality of every aspect of this movie is better than both of those movies combined, in my opinion. And I think this movie is so good. It's funny. It's dark in the right ways. The acting's incredible. The very, very ending, I was like, maybe, but like everything else in this movie is awesome and deserves all the money and all the praise that it got this year. And I hope that he gets a chance to do more original stuff like this, because I think it's exactly what he's meant to do.
And
this. Not easy
like,
to do.
obviously
Doesn't mean he's going to go make the next movie and it's going to be just as great, but if you have the chance, let this guy do it. It's great. It's so good.
Obviously, there's a lot of good commentary embedded in it too, but
Yes,
I
of
thought
course.
that
Yeah.
there were some subtleties that I enjoyed where, like, you get, I think, without spoiling too much, like the main villainous character in it, you think he's one thing from the jump, but you find out he was just kind of assuming that role, and he's really this other thing entirely. So it's really kind of cool in that way.
Yeah, all the side
but
characters are great. They give all the side
Yeah.
characters a reason to be there and do what they're doing. Like, it takes a little bit to get going, but I actually think that all of that first like 45 minutes or whatever is necessary to make that last hour be as impactful as it actually is. Like, it is.
I think it has rewatchability too in that way.
Yeah, there's probably stuff that is easy to forget because there's so much going on in that last hour and whatever, and like it's really, really good. Yeah, Sinners is my number 3. So, did you say your 2, Ian? I can't remember.
I did, because Mike had also said Predator Badlands.
Oh, that's
this is
Predator,
number
that's
3.
right.
So
All right,
All
number
right.
2s.
All right. My number 2 is Wake Up Dead Man.
Hey.
Knives Out mystery.
Nice.
We love the Knives Out movies here on this podcast. I think this is the best Knives Out movie of the trilogy, in my opinion. And it was excellent. It was like this awesome whodunit. This great Benoit Blanc character played with Daniel Craig, who's now like the next Hercule Poirot. He's like the next great investigator. And I hope Rian Johnson makes these movies forever. I think he just keeps getting better. I love the whole like imagery around the whole movie. I thought it had something to say, just like they all do. But this one resonated with me. This one, I think,
This
everyone
one has the most
resonates.
to say, for sure.
Well, I think they all have a lot to say. I think he's using his take on the whodunit is like, I'll do a whodunit. It'll be a great mystery, but I'll also have something to say politically, societally. Like, that's his shtick with these movies. And I think whatever one speaks to you the most is going to be your favorite. And for me, that was this one.
Sure.
That's
I
my
had
opinion.
forgotten how much of a COVID film Glass Onion was, but I rewatched the first and second one recently, and Glass Onion was like, I guess when I first watched it, it was just kind of like normal, but like now
we were
it's like,
living
whoa,
it.
it's like very
Yeah,
pandemic.
that'll be weird to watch back. Yeah, it was great too. Like, they're all great in their time. And I think, they're all great. Like, just Rian Johnson, man, makes good movies. Who knew? He does.
I knew.
The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi, the episode.
Last Jedi, great movie.
Great movie.
Okay.
We could have told you that a long time ago, Mike.
Yeah, you guys.
Fantastic.
I came around. You tried to tell me for years.
It's a top 5 film. I don't know what you're saying.
Yep, 100%. Top 5 franchise film, 100%. Top 3 probably for me. Yeah. Anyways,
Top 3.
it is
Original
it is.
trilogy to the death.
No, man, it is. I'm telling
It
you.
doesn't top anything in the original trilogy.
Anyways, number 2.
I will jump in too because Wake Up Dead Man was actually my number 1. Is my favorite movie of the year. I love the whodunit structure, and yeah, like I said, this year for movies was a little bit lackluster. I kind of was sitting because this just came out before the end of the year, and I was kind of sitting at the end of the year being like, I don't even know what I would put as my number 1. Watched this movie, loved it, and I was like, I think it's the only movie I gave 5 stars to on Letterboxd this year, so it didn't have a lot of competition.
Not to say that makes it a lesser than movie, but
no, it was a great movie.
Well, that's why I was laughing, because like it makes it sound like, oh, I had to stick it here.
This Ryan Johnson movie, I guess,
what
I'll
she
put number
said.
1.
No, I was waiting for a movie to come and save my list.
Yeah, you had no number 1 until you saw
I
it.
had no number 1. And actually, my number 2 is a movie that we watched recently as well. And I mean, I think it's just like just basic dramas don't typically make my list. But I really enjoyed this one. I thought the acting was really good. The story was interesting. I think it was funny. Like there's bits and pieces of it that were super funny. That like you don't normally think that they would fit, but I enjoyed it in this, especially the actor that was doing them. And that's One Battle. What is it? One Battle After Another. I thought Leonardo
Also my
yeah,
number 2.
I thought Leo's character was really funny. Like just there's one piece where he's fumbling around in the karate studio with Benicio del Toro.
Constantly trying
and it
to
just
charge his phone.
Yeah, and it just had me chuckling.
That part got me. It was like he tries like 6 times in like 3 different buildings and like in the car, like all the
yeah, not here, man, not safe. So yeah, that's my number 2.
Nice. Yeah, that movie. So that's what I was going to mention next. One Battle After Another. We just watched that. I think last week before. So like in the new year actually. And I just been meaning to watch it.
Not allowed.
Yeah, I know.
Disqualified.
That's it. It's over. Really, I think you're right, Mina, about DiCaprio is not always my favorite, even though he's obviously always very good. But when he plays, and it's not because like, oh, he's so handsome and blah, blah, whatever. When he plays like the bumbling guy, I think he's better. I like when he plays this, like, I mean, he's on drugs, he's drunk, he's, doing the best that he can in the situation he's put in, all these types of things. But like, he plays that part so well, and he doesn't do it often enough. But when he does, especially in this movie, in a movie that is 2.5, almost 3 hours long, it flies by like it's 90 minutes.
Yeah.
We couldn't turn it off. We stayed up way too
we
late.
literally-
It's almost
we
3
went-
hours.
It's
Yeah,
almost
we
3
went-
hours.
Good, though.
It's unreal.
You can't turn it
Good
off.
thing I
I'm
didn't
telling you.
choose that one to watch tonight.
Yeah.
we sat down to watch it, and we sat there and we were like, okay, this is a 2-nighter. Like we'll watch watch to a certain point, and then normally we could find a good spot to turn it off, and then
Where
like
would you stop it in this movie? I don't know where
we
couldn't.
It was like we kept watching, and then at one point we're like, I guess we're watching the whole thing. But yeah, I think it's like because we all know.
Sorry, Tomorrow Us, but
he's such a good actor. So it's nice to see him like challenged with something that's not just like it was like a little bit goofy. Yeah. It was a good movie.
He's
like a loser kind
seems goofy, but like it's a serious situation and serious
Mhm.
role and everything. And what really stood out to me too is, speaking of Sinners and the music in this and how it's used. I think I wrote, when I did, you guys mentioned letterboxing, 'cause I don't always write like a ton of stuff or whatever, but like this movie is like a jazz session. Not just because of the pace. I mean, not just because of the actual music they use, but the pace of it. It feels very frenetic. It feels very impromptu. It feels very, off the cuff kind of thing. And even though obviously it's not that. And then you hear the music in the background. These scenes and these set pieces just go with these random beats of, drums and sax and like all these. And it's just, even if you don't notice the music or it's not your cup of tea, it just keeps you hooked. And I just love the layers of what that does to the situation that you're in. And that alone makes you not want to turn the movie off. It's just what's going on in the background that you may not even really notice. And I was just sitting there going, holy shit, I could just listen to this music and put the dialogue on mute. Like, it's just, there's so many layers to this movie that are so well done. And I didn't know too much about the story. I just kind of had an idea. And I had no idea that it was as long as it was. And we finished the movie. It was like 11 o'clock, 11:30, whatever at night. And I was like, holy shit, it's that late? I honestly thought this movie could have been 90 minutes. And in 90 minutes, you still don't get the whole gist of what this movie is really doing. And it is worth every second of it. This movie is amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, gotta check it out.
Yeah,
didn't get it
even though there's a large cast, like a lot of people in it, it's still kind of a character movie too, which is amazing and hard to pull off. So, and the set piece, like that last sequence, I was like, how was that the end of the movie? I could have watched it for another hour. Like, I think I still like the way it ends, but it ends and I go, oh, that's it. But that was 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I said, that's it. Like that. That's something.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Yeah.
All right, let's go on the list.
My number 2 and
Number 1.
yeah.
Let's go. Mr. Ian.
So Ian, your numero uno.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited. He's laughing.
So
Yeah, man.
I'm laughing because obviously One Battle After Another, I know that that's one I'm gonna have to check out. So who knows if that would beat Sinners out and make the list. But
lists can change. It's okay. As of
but
right
I did
now, this is where we are.
I did get another buzzer beater in. So Predator Badlands, I thought
is
really
your number 1 what you just watched?
Oh.
I don't know what it is. I'm just asking if it is.
Well, so more on what I just watched tonight later. But
Okay.
for your information, I watched Tron Ares before we hit record. More on that later.
Please.
Predator Badlands impressed me as my number 2 because really I couldn't believe what Dan Trachtenberg pulled off with a fully digital character, like an alien protagonist. Okay. So I got a buzzer beater in for 2025 and I went out to the theater. I went out to the IMAX and I watched me some Avatar Fire and Ash.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Nice.
Fresh off of watching the second one, I went and watched the third one. I got it in time for this discussion and it absolutely deserves number 1 for me for 2025. Predator Badlands was impressive, but James Cameron is the GOAT. I mean, Avatar Fire and Ash was insane. Like, yes, there's a lot of, I don't know, Mike, you didn't even watch the second one yet, right?
Dude, I'm such a fraud. Like, the first Avatar movie we loved so much. We saw it like 4 times, and then the second one came out. It was just
saw it
bad
for the first time
time.
together. I don't know if you remember that.
I think we did. Yeah,
we
yeah.
went in Kitchener together. The 4
Right.
of us.
Oh my God. And I kept taking
I don't know
people.
what it
like,
is.
Yeah, I missed the last 2, and now I'm
Also,
like,
by the way, just me saying that was a while ago.
oh my God.
Like, what
The first
fuck?
Avatar movie? I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
For the first
2009
time,
is
we saw
when
it, and
Avatar
I
came out.
remember we weren't in the front row, but we were in the front of the larger section. I remember where we were sitting watching that
amazing.
fucking movie on, I think maybe the second weekend it came out.
I
or
also
week.
remember we went to see Zack and Miri make a porno.
Yes, we did. Because that movie's
But yeah,
amazing.
I'm just saying, like, Cameron obviously knows what he's doing behind the camera. Like, everything is
On Zack and
technically
Miri, of course.
flawless. Yeah. But it's like, you're fully immersed in this world of Pandora, and you never want to leave. Like, it doesn't matter how long the movie is. I think, like, the magic trick that Cameron pulls off is, like, he picks these really simple stories. Like, if you read it on paper, it's like the first Avatar is essentially like Pocahontas or Brave New World, like some story that's been told, tale as old as time. But
Ferngully.
because of the simplicity of the story and everyone can kind of resonate with that, it's like I think it helps the general audience like get infatuated with the characters, even though they're fully digitally rendered. They're like alien creatures, and yet like as more human than the humans at times. Like there's a lot of commentary there as far as like the humans kind of colonizing Pandora and everything like that. But I think with each time out to Pandora, there's like he goes just a little bit deeper, and I'm really excited to see where like he takes it with 4 and 5. But I think 3,
There's going to be 5?
arguably the best
Oh,
one
shit.
yet.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Fire and Ash is arguably
Um,
the best one yet. Yeah.
Yeah, Ian, I just thank you for seeing it because like I haven't seen 2. I came out, we were in the midst of having newborns and stuff like that. So never like we missed 2 in the theater, and I loved number 1 so much. I was like, I'm only gonna watch it in the theater. It didn't happen. And now 3 is out and we have more
Yeah.
kids, and it's like it would probably each year would probably be my number 1. So I'm
So I was with you, and I missed, like, I'm with you on that sentiment. I missed the boat on watching the second one in the theater, and then like just recently with I don't know what it was just like this one's still in IMAX. I was like, okay, I just watched
Yeah,
2
that's
on
great.
Disney
I'm
Plus
glad you
on
did
my
that.
on my
Smart.
TV, but in like the IMAX version that you can watch on Disney Plus.
Right.
And then I went out to the IMAX to watch the third one, and I'm
I
not
mean,
regretting a single second of it.
movies like this, it's made for that. I mean, literally, it is
Yeah.
made for that. So, like, I think it would make a difference for sure.
Yeah, and I'm not
Alright.
a huge proponent of like 3D, watching things in 3D, but definitely with Cameron, it's like a whole new level. Like 3D is the way to watch it because he has his own proprietary 3D technology that's different from every other 3D experience. So it's
Nice.
pretty wild.
Okay. Good pick. Good pick. Ian.
Nice.
All right. My number 1. It's actually been mentioned before.
I
It's
have a
actually
feel- I
something
have a feeling.
that we have recapped, so I don't have to go too deep into it. But for me, it's Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts Asterix, New Avengers.
Whoa.
This is the first Marvel movie to be my number 1 since Endgame, and so I think this to me is like return to form for Marvel. It's rated PG, but it has more adult themes than most rated R comic book movies,
Yeah.
and that is a magic trick. You know what I mean? So I think it represents the best of the MCU. There's great action, there's great visuals, and there's jokes mixed in, and moments of lightheartedness and humor. But then it's got this like thing to say as well. That it's got the action, but then it's got this heart. So I loved it. We gushed over it in our episode that we recorded, so you can hear more of our thoughts there. But for me, Thunderbolts stuck out to me, and I saw it twice in theaters because I loved it that much. It was like the only movie that I saw 2 times in the theaters. I felt like I had to see
Hard to
again.
make time for, so that makes sense.
And yeah, so I
Glad to
just
hear that the internet is wrong and that superhero films are still thriving.
on my list they are. That's
This
3.
is the one that deserves it for sure. Like, there's no question. I'm with you guys on that.
Yeah, I think it's like I know Dave out of all of us like soured on the MCU and maybe comic movies a bit more, but when me and Ian saw it, we were like, oh, this is the one Dave has to see. This is like special and different than the run-of-the-mill Marvel formula. This is like someone took the Marvel formula and did something new and fresh and different. And I hope they keep doing this. I hope they don't go back to middle of that one phase where all the bad ones came out, like Eternals and Ant-Man and the Marvels.
Well, it depends. Like even early stuff, it doesn't all have to be for you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't all have to be for me, and that's okay. That's fine. It
True,
doesn't
true.
even have to be the one that, generally speaking, everybody doesn't like it. You could just not like the one that everybody else likes. That's fine. Either way, Thunderbolts does something different. That's the reason why it will stick with me and why I'll want to watch it again and all those things, and why I will always say you guys are right. it is the one for me. Is because of that.
When Marvel was like humming, we were like,
Yeah.
the best thing with Marvel is like you're one universe, but you use like the Captain America movie to tell your political thriller. You use the Doctor Strange to tell your like horror light. You use Ant-Man to tell your heist movie, and it's like you can have all these genres exist, and then they come together in the Avengers, and that's the magic of it. But I think they might have lost that a little bit, and they started to make movies that were just too much of the same, like just kind of like actiony CG fights. And I just think I hope they get back to, lean into the strength of what that character can do, and then tell that story, but use the MCU and use these characters to tell like the moral of the story that you want to tell. Anyways,
I would argue that Thunderbolts, even though it's an ensemble cast, is a character-driven movie, whereas the other character-driven movies are usually the origin stories, like Captain America,
Right.
or even you can even go back to the first Iron Man. Like those, Iron Man makes sense because it's the first one and whatever, all those reasons. But like, this is a character-driven story before it's a superhero film. And that's why it actually means something, and why it actually has something to say, and why it actually is that good, I think.
And maybe that works.
I don't think you want this in every single movie. I don't think we need it in every single movie they make. But I do think that without anything like this, you fall back into those things that you were just mentioning, Mike. And that's what makes me more sour on it, is when they just do that for 6 years or whatever the time frame is.
Yeah. It's like Thor Ragnarok was so different because it was like an action comedy. It's like I hope they just keep exploring different subgenres with these characters, whatever fits the character best. Anyways.
Yeah, well, maybe that worked because all those characters had something in common. So it's like, even though it wasn't an origin story, it was like each of them kind of related to one another.
Yep.
So I could see that. And then I just think that, it's proof, like kind of like what you were saying, Mike, too, is like it's proof that they can stay within the framework of the established cinematic universe, but still kind of do something new and exciting.
And not easy to do, which is exactly what you said. Not easy to do. So, okay. Asterisk.
Nina's given her number one already, which was
just mine.
Wake Up Dead Man. So it's just yours, Dave.
Because I'm the only one, I'm gonna take center stage and ask if you guys have any guesses as to what my number one is.
Oof.
How to Train Your Dragon live action.
I'm gonna say Heated Rivalry. No, that's TV shows. I'm gonna say Knives Out. Knives Out. I've heard like you love Ryan Johnson. You love Knives Out movies. You haven't mentioned it yet.
My guess is not Fantastic Four, but maybe
it's not that.
No, but maybe it's Predator Badlands.
Okay, which we haven't talked about yet because I said I just watched that. So, yeah, Mina, any guesses?
Honestly, other than Knives Out, let me see what else is on my list.
It's not Freakier Friday. I haven't seen it.
Not for
It's not Freakier Friday.
Yeah. I have a couple here that were vying for number one for a while. And
all right, let's hear it, Dave.
What? Okay. It is Wake Up Dead Man. It is Wake Up Dead Man.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
There you go.
Hard to top one battle after another because I do think that is a amazingly made movie. But I think even though we were talking about how funny it is, and Mina, you were talking about it too, and how great the character is and all that, I still just had more fun with this movie. And it also does still have something to say. And I'm not sure if it's my favorite. The first one might still be, but it is just so great to just see Ryan Johnson put these ridiculous characters at some points on the page. Like the confession stuff is just, like, what the fuck is going on? It's just so good. And you have so many great actors and actresses in this. It's such a great time. If you are at any point interested in any of the other two movies, if you liked any aspects of them, this is definitely, I think, maybe the first one is more quote unquote accessible, but this is the one I think that has the most to say and like layers of things to say. And what's the actor's name that plays the priest? The British guy. He's got to be one of my favorite like new-ish actors around, because anything I've seen him in, he's incredible. And he is so good in here. He does such a good job of towing that line of being very serious, but also very funny, very dry, but also kind of goofy at the same time. I think he's the standout of this movie, not Benoit Blanc, even though, of course, Daniel Craig is awesome. Just a great movie all around. I just had such a great time with it. Maybe I would watch each of my 1 and 2s again and I would flip-flop them, but I'd be okay with that too, because they're both incredible films. So, Wake Up Dead Man.
Josh O'Connor is the name.
Yeah.
And I think but the thing about Knives Out movies is like Benoit Blanc is the character, but usually it's actually another character that's really the main character of the movie, right? It's like Ana de Armas in the first one, it's Janelle Monáe in the second one, and it's Josh O'Connor in this one. So it's like he does this like trick where it's like Benoit Blanc is kind of the main character, but really it's telling some other person's story, sort of inserted in some other person's story. It's interesting. Right. The other person is the one that goes on the character journey. Benoit Blanc doesn't really. And this one he actually does more than the others, but
yes, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, he does more than that.
I hear what you're saying.
More of a journey that he does than I would say in the second one. But the first one he does a little bit of one. But anyways, point is, fantastic movie.
Yeah, good point. Good pick.
I know probably so many people have seen it because it's on Netflix.
And it's got to be the Back in My Day movie of the year, because that's 2 number ones, a number 2. Have you seen it yet, Ian?
Which one?
Wake Up Dead Man?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well,
it's on Avatar. So.
No, because I was thinking like, does that make Thunderbolts the?
No, I think it's Wake Up Dead Man. Yeah, I think it's Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah, I think it's Wake Up Dead Man, and I think it's well deserved. I don't want to give flowers to Netflix, but hey, good movie's a good movie. Rian Johnson.
Well,
they backed up the truck.
Yeah.
I'll poo-poo on those flowers for a second, because Rian Johnson made the deal with Netflix, right?
I think he signed with them.
So when I wanted to go back and watch Knives Out, like I literally had my parents over, going to watch Knives Out, and then the next week we could watch Glass Onion, lead up to the new one. Well, guess what? I got news for you. Knives Out is not on Netflix, at least in Canada right now. Whoa, it's bizarre.
The first one?
So I had to go to Prime to watch it.
Because it was released in theaters. Yeah.
But I thought I thought it was like a Netflix original.
They must have just bought the first one was a theatrical release.
The first one was a theater movie, and then Netflix bought the rights for the subsequent.
Yeah.
And that is one of the worst parts of the streaming wars. Yeah. I can't stand it. It's like terrible. Something with like Disney Plus even. It's like, okay, they try and get like Spider-Man Homecoming, but they still don't have Far From Home or No Way Home. Like it's like Netflix has those. It's like I hate having to go to multiple places if you're watching a series of films.
Yeah, especially the same series. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and also like all 3 movies released in less than 6 years or something, 5 years. Like it's just
Netflix got me again. We were doing a rewatch of Schitt's Creek, and we got to season 3 finale, and it just ends. I'm like, what? There's 3 more seasons.
Is it really?
Yeah, they only got the first 3 on there.
Oh, good, Netflix.
It's garbage. I hate streaming wars.
Good too. In 3, that's when it really starts picking up. Oh man.
Exactly. So I think all great picks all around. I can't wait to watch the next Knives Out. I tried to get it in time. But...
Okay, watch it, Ian, and if you like it, then it will be the movie of the year for our podcast.
Oh, I'm sure I'll like it. Okay. You can make it the movie of the podcast.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Okay,
but yeah, I'm surprised no one mentioned F1 though. That was one of my.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Surprised no one mentioned F1. That was one of my honorable mentions.
I haven't seen it.
Pretty solid
never saw it.
From the filmmakers of Top Gun Maverick. Almost made my top 5.
Oh, is it the same team? I didn't realize that. Okay.
I did say though, because we missed it in theaters, and I feel like that is a movie that you want to watch in theaters. Like I feel like it's just not going to hit the same at home that it would in theaters with the sound of the cars and
it was incredible in theaters.
Sort of
I saw it with my dad and my brother.
Yeah.
Dave, did anyone want to jump in with any disappointments or surprises?
I want to mention a couple. I was actually compiling a top 10. So I want to mention a couple of the ones that are sort of honorable mentions, and I have a surprise and I have a disappointment. Actually, I have technically 2 disappointments, but a couple of the ones from the rest of my top 10 are I Like Me, which was the other documentary that I wanted to mention, which is the one about John Candy. Really, really great. Really like I was actually crying watching it at some points. Like it is really, really good. Definitely watch that, especially if you're Canadian. Definitely watch it. It's really good. Thunderbolts is on there for my honorable mentions. So is Superman, and Begonia is on there too, which I watched just about a month ago or something. If you've seen The Favorite, or is it Pretty Things? Is that what it is? If you've seen those movies and they work for you, this movie is fucking wild. It is. I can't even talk about what the last like third of this movie is without spoiling it, but that's why this movie is really fucking crazy. But you want to talk about a movie that's about like the time? This has a lot to say about what's going on in the last, I would say, 4 years or so. Obviously centered around the US, but really got something going on here. And then my biggest surprise, which was actually my number one for months until I saw the rest of the movies on this list after it, is called The Life of Chuck. I don't know. I didn't know this movie existed. Didn't even know it was a Stephen King movie. Had no idea what this was. It is just so much fun. There's something original with the way it tells the story. Really, really good movie. Such a good watch. And, has Luke Skywalker killing it as a 80-year-old or however old he is right now, and does a good job with it. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any disappointments though?
My disappointment. Okay, my disappointment. My semi disappointment is the latter third of Fantastic Four. Just, I feel like it dropped the ball in the last. It just became too typical. Everything leading up to that, I was like, oh, this is doing something, and then it kind of didn't. That's just how I feel. But my overall disappointment is, this is what I wrote in my notes, so I'm going to read the whole thing of what I think this title is. Jurassic World, we're doing this again, and it still stinks. That's my disappointment.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I might as well jump in because that's my disappointment.
Yes.
I like I said, my top 5 is mainly movies I saw in theaters.
Yeah.
I went to see this in theaters. I had the best of intentions. I wanted to see
Mm-hmm.
finally a good Jurassic World movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's called Rebirth, and we're not doing anything, and we're throwing in alien dinosaurs now. It's like it's wild. But
it felt like in that first like 20 minutes or so, this has something. I feel like they could do. No, they dropped the ball.
Yeah,
and it just
they dropped it.
It's just
it honestly, the cast, you would think it would be way better than it is just by the cast alone. It gets by off like the good visuals that they always have, and the music I think is probably John Williams-esque if it's not John Williams. No, but like it's still like the Jurassic Park kind of themed music. So it's like it's getting by on its laurels, but at the same time, it's like it's not really doing anything unique at the end of the day. And the one sequence that was kind of, they pulled it right from the original novel, was that raft sequence. I thought it was really well done. But other than that, the movie kind of fell apart. And that was my disappointment. But my surprise is one I did not catch in theaters, probably because it's a surprise. And that is, I could have gone and watched, Oscar bait films, maybe Begonia or Hamnet, to try and squeak one in and see if it made the top 5. No, tonight I watched Tron Ares. And might I say,
come on,
was actually a good movie.
You liked it? Oh,
yeah.
man.
It was
I
a
liked it
surprisingly
too.
good movie. Yeah. Like honestly, it was like visually stunning, like the predecessor Tron Legacy.
Sure.
The music was always great. This one, the score was done by Nine Inch Nails. I thought they killed it. So it was a vibe, man. I really enjoyed Tron Ares, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I was just throwing it on as a joke to get ready for this recording, and it almost made my top 5.
That's
wild.
crazy.
That would have been wild, dude. All right.
As much as this kind of just came out, I actually forgot that it came out.
Now you don't watch it, Dave. More.
Also, the Naked Gun was jokes.
Naked Gun. That's a good one. Okay.
Dude, that I still have to watch. It took me, I think, a decade to watch the previous Tron movie. I am in no rush to watch this one.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay. Just a few honorable mentions for me. Best documentary of the year, I thought, was I Like Me. So I'm with you there, the John Kane documentary, Dave. Movie that I wanted to put in my top 5 because it was the very first movie that our son saw in the theaters,
Oh yeah.
which is Zootopia 2, which is actually also a great
I
movie.
really want to see that. The first one's so
Really
good. The first one's so
Yeah,
good.
so and my daughter's first movie was Mario, and that made my, I don't think it made my top 5, but anyways,
I think it did, didn't it? I feel like it did.
I don't know. I think it did because of that reason. So I was like,
Because of that.
oh,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyways, there were so many other movies.
There's
So
also Mario.
yeah, it's also Mario.
Yeah.
And so, so Zootopia 2 is like forever a special movie for us. And then, my list had 3 comic book movies on it because I watch all of the comic book movies, like adaptations that come out. And so I have one worst comic book adaptation that came out this year. You guys might not have even heard of it, but The Old Guard 2.
Did you
this
watch
is a
that?
Netflix movie. Oh, I watched them all, Dave. I
He
watched them all.
watches every
Ev-
comic book movie.
I watch even the animated ones. I watched them all. It was actually horrendous. It
Really?
is like one of the worst comic book movies of all time. Just a terrible, terrible movie.
What's her face?
Can you
is not
believe
in
it?
right?
Charlize Theron, Uma Thurman, like
She is in it.
who? Who's what's her face?
Charlize.
Yeah, she's the main character.
Oh, she's in
Of
it?
course, she's in it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
she's the main
it was-
character.
Now you just
Yeah.
convinced me that I don't even need to watch the first one because I was thinking about watching the first one.
The
but-
first
not
one is
bad.
not bad.
It's not
The
bad.
second one is.
But why would I watch it
so
knowing the second one is
bad.
so bad?
Honestly,
leaves
I didn't
you
even know
on
the
a
second one
cliffhanger.
existed until recently. And the first one, it's fine. Just watch. It's okay. It's a good time.
It's okay. It's not great. I would honestly just skip it. Like I do this so that you don't have to. Like I watch all the comic movies so you don't have to.
That's
just
fair.
skip it.
Jonah
The
Hex.
second
Jonah
one is
Hex.
it's such a smug ending. They thought they were doing Empire Strikes Back,
Oh,
and it
God.
just falls flat like a wet fart. It is like the worst movie ever. The worst movie of the year, comic movie of the year. So,
Wow.
and then the other bad movie of the year was Electric State. So,
Fuck
keep
even is
keep
that?
churning those out. Netflix. It's on
What's
Netflix. Chris
Electric
Pratt,
State?
Millie Bobby Brown movie, directed by the Russo brothers.
Sorry, what was
and
the
it
what was the first
was
name you said? Sorry, what was the first name? Yeah,
Millie
that's-
Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, directed
Chris
by the
Pratt,
Russo
that's what you
brothers.
said. Yeah, that's
And
what I heard. Yeah.
wow, disappointing. Yeah, wow, disappointing.
Hey, Mario can do no wrong.
Yeah, he can because the guy who voices him sucks as the voices him. So
Is he also voicing in the new Galaxy sequel?
oh yeah. No, he's
He's doing the voice.
yeah, he's like the guy.
Okay.
Which
Yeah,
comes
he-
out in 2026, by the way.
I think I'm gonna love that. Yeah.
So the housemaid didn't make any of y'all lists. Eh?
No. Let's see if Mina maybe she has a few. mentions.
So a couple of my honorable mentions for this year. Good Fortune with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I want
It
to see
was-
that.
Not what I was expecting, but it was a really good movie. Black Bag. That I actually forgot about Thunderbolts until Ian mentioned it, and I was like, oh wait, I have to put that on my list. So Black Bag got bumped out.
It's my bag, baby.
But it was that was a really good spy movie
It
with
is good. It was fun. I like
Michael
it.
Fassbender and I forget who plays the wife.
What's crazy is that they're both in The Killer from a couple years ago.
I
Oh
can't
my
forget
god, I'm
who
blanking
it
too.
is.
And it's
Tilda
like she's so
Swinton.
famous.
Tilda
She's no,
Right?
not
No.
Tilda
No?
Swinton.
Mm-mm.
It's
Mm.
you look it
Mm-mm.
up.
It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. It is. It is.
Oh my god, it's Kate
Kate
Blanchett.
Blanchett.
Okay, Blanchett.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, good movie.
I think my biggest letdown of the year, and this isn't to say that I didn't like the movie. I think I was just expecting more from it. Is The Running Man.
Oh my god,
Oh, I still haven't seen it.
I
it's so bad.
I was
Edgar Wright, man, what happened?
I was expecting this movie, like when we went to sit down and watch it, I was expecting it easily to make my top 5, and it wasn't even like, it's kind of just middle of the pack for the year for me. Like I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. So I think that was my biggest disappointment because sitting down to watch it, I actually thought that it was going to be a great movie. So I was a little disappointed by that one.
I was gonna put this as a disappointment as well, but I actually didn't even know this movie existed up until like the week before it came out. So how could I be disappointed when I didn't know it existed?
When you see Edgar Wright, you expect a good
But
movie.
then I saw Edgar Wright, and I was like, oh, like this could be Scott Pilgrim as an action movie, as opposed to Scott Pilgrim as a comedy, essentially. And that is not what this is. It makes no fucking sense. The setup of the whole like way that they're trying to change the sort of, it's just stupid. And I know what's his face that is the lead character. What's his name? What's the actor's name?
Glenn Powell.
Glenn
Glenn Powell. I feel like I should like him, but I can't remember a movie that I like him in.
Top Gun Maverick.
Twisters.
Twisters sucked. I fucking hated that movie. I thought that movie was so stupid. I thought that.
I mean,
like,
he's good in Top Gun Maverick, like objectively good.
He's barely in it.
So
he's good in it.
He's okay.
I guess honorable
barely in
mention for TV shows. There was a TV show with him this year that we loved,
Chad Powers.
Chad Powers.
but I did not like the last episode, and it is
Oh, don't
why
tell
it
me.
did not
Yeah.
Oh,
make
okay.
my list. So up until the last episode, I was like, okay, this is for sure top 5. He was great in that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the Chad Powers was a really funny TV show. He's also in, I think it was a Netflix show where he does all the different,
There's a movie by Richard Linklater.
all the different personas. He's really good in that one. If you haven't seen it,
I have.
Dave?
I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I liked I liked the beginning of it when he was sort of like playing the sort of everyman thing.
Hitman. Yeah.
Hitman, that's it. Yeah, and I did not like the latter half of the movie at all. I thought it fell apart for me.
The moral of the story is stop remaking Arnold, classic Arnold.
I think you're right. Except for Predators. Except for Predators.
Yeah, Edgar Wright has just made so many good movies, and that movie just fucking was. It's just so.
Yeah, disappointing.
It's so disappointing. Yeah, I feel like that was not. I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say it wasn't his fault, but maybe it was. Maybe it was. I don't remember the last movie he made that I didn't like, so it's hard to. It's weird.
Edgar Wright?
Yeah,
Did you like The Creator?
It wasn't bad. Yeah, wasn't bad.
I like it.
Didn't think it was amazing, but wasn't bad. I didn't dislike.
Oh, that wasn't him. That was Gareth Edwards, I think.
Oh, that's
Gareth
what
Edwards. That's the whole time I had him in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Never mind.
No, like Last Night in Soho was in my top 5 that year. That movie's amazing. Obviously, Scott Pilgrim,
Baby Driver, yeah.
Baby Driver. Like they're just all those movies have personality.
He hadn't missed until now. So
I don't
let's
think
give
so.
him
I
a
Edgar
don't
little-
Wright
think so.
supposed to do Ant-Man before
Yeah.
Hayden, or-
Yeah, and I think the reason why it's so good is because they used a lot of his ideas. I don't think he's missed since till now, so we'll give him benefit of the doubt, like you said, Dave.
Yeah.
And just blame the studio on that one, and
Yeah.
I'm
I think
still
this
gonna
is
watch that.
Blame
I think
Netflix?
This is a
Blame-
studio
It wasn't
interference.
Netflix; it was a theater. but
It feels like it is because it feels like such a typical movie.
Wait, is it not a Netflix thing?
I don't know. It was a theater movie.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but they're starting to put limited.
They do like a weekend in select theaters, but not like this was like a wide release. This was like a
Yeah, it was
big
out.
theater.
It was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so our top TV show, I think we're gonna land on Andor, and our top movie, Wake Up Dead Man. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's where we're gonna land for 2025. If there's
dub.
any last minute changes, we can talk about that as time goes on. But for the most part, I think we've probably landed on where things are. But yeah, this is always fun to do. Kind of talk about our feels, talk about Stranger Things, which may or may not happen again. And,
I'm glad we got to talk about it. I know
Everyone's talking about the prequel.
it's like, yeah, what's going to
Get
come
it going.
in 4 years or whatever. I'm sorry to disappoint you, gentlemen, that I only have my honorable mentions as comic book movies and nowhere on my TV at all, but it is what it is. But thank you for telling me to watch Thunderbolts, because I did thoroughly enjoy it. So, yeah, lots of great movies. I think lots of good TV. You could find something for everyone, I think, in the last calendar year, and come away with some pretty good entertainment. So, back in my day, right across the board, everybody, tell your family, tell your friends. Into 2026, we got some movies to catch up on as for our summer movie wagers. Going back a little bit now, we got at least 3, maybe even 4 to watch. Those are on our list. They're going to come up. We're going to chat about them. Thank you, everyone, for joining us throughout 2025 into 2026. Once again, for Back in My Day, cheers and have a good one.